tenga, señor.
No.
No.
Thank you, sir. You missed that
Gracias,
already.
señor.
Julio Herrera Soto.
Julio Herrera Soto.
Sir, please state your name.
Señor, por favor, diga su nombre.
Julio Herrera Soto.
Julio Herrera Soto.
And your date of birth.
¿Y su fecha de nacimiento?
30 de marzo del 81.
March 30th of 81.
Sir, you've been charged with possessing narcotic drugs for sale and possessing dangerous drugs for sale, both Class 2 felonies.
Señora, usted se le está imputando con tenencia de droga narcótica para la venta y tenencia de droga nociva para la venta, ambos delitos de clase 2.
The court has found probable cause, and the court has also appointed the public defender to represent you.
Este juez ha determinado que existe motivo fundado de procesamiento y también ha nombrado a la oficina de abogados de oficio para que los representen.
Bond in your case has been set in the amount of $90,000 as a cash-only bond.
La fianza en su caso se ha fijado en $90,000. Será una fianza de efectivo solamente.
If you post the bond, you'd have no contact with any of the arresting officers.
Si usted deposita la fianza, no puede tener contacto con ninguno de los agentes de la policía que le hayan detenido.
You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription.
No puede estar en tenencia de ninguna droga sin una receta válida.
And you're to continue to reside at an address you provide the court.
Y que usted debe de continuar radicando en la dirección que ha proporcionado en el tribunal.
Your next court date will be a status conference on March the 20th at 8:30, with a possible preliminary hearing on March 24th also at 8:30.
Su próxima audiencia judicial va a ser una consulta de actualización el día 20 de marzo a las 8:30 y posiblemente también una audiencia preliminar el día 24 de marzo también a las 8:30.
Do you have any questions, sir?
¿Alguna pregunta que tenga, señor?
All right, thank you.
Gracias.
All right, Gabriel Benitez.
Gabriel Benítez.
Sir, state your name, please.
Señor, diga su nombre, por favor.
Gabriel Benítez.
And your date of birth.
¿Y su fecha de nacimiento?
Abril 8 del 78.
April 8th of 78.
Sir, you've been charged with possessing narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony.
Señora, usted se le está imputando con tenencia de droga narcótica, un delito de clase 4.
The court cannot find probable cause for this offense based upon the information I've been provided at this time.
Este juez no puede determinar que existe motivo fundado de procesamiento basándome en la información que se me ha proporcionado hasta este momento.
Just because I have not found probable cause doesn't mean the case will not go forward.
Simplemente por el hecho de que yo no determiné que existe motivo fundado de procesamiento no significa que el caso no va a seguir avanzando.
So you need to make sure you make your court dates.
Así que tiene que asegurarse de asistir a sus audiencias judiciales.
I have appointed the public defender to represent you in this case.
He nombrado a un abogado de oficio para que le represente en este caso.
You will be released from custody on your own recognizance.
Usted será liberado bajo caución juratoria.
Your next court date will be a status conference on March the 28th at 8:30, with a possible preliminary hearing on April the 1st at 8:30 in the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix.
Su próxima audiencia judicial va a ser una consulta de actualización el día 28 de marzo a las 8:30 y posiblemente una audiencia preliminar también el 1 de abril a las 8:30 también, ambos en el Tribunal Superior en Downtown.
Do you have any questions about this case, sir?
¿Alguna pregunta que tenga sobre este caso, señor?
No.
No.
All right, thank you.
Gracias.
Does the interpreter want to ask if anybody else needs the services of an interpreter?
Yes, Your Honor. ¿Se encuentra alguien más en la sala que requiera asistencia de un intérprete? Si puede levantar la mano, el que necesita asistencia de un intérprete.
We have no takers, so thank you very much for interpreting for us this afternoon.
My pleasure. Have a nice day.
You too. All right, we're going to proceed in the following manner. We're going to call two people at a time. The first person will step up to the podium. The second person will sit in the chair by the door. The first person we're going to see is Angel Ortiz, followed by Tomas Salinas, sitting in the chair by the door. So first, Mr. Ortiz. Sir, state your name, please.
Angel Ortiz.
And your date of birth.
1387.
All right. So you're here on a probation violation warrant for a class, well, it doesn't say what class felony, it's a felony offense. I have found you to be indigent. It's ordered appointing the public defender. I have affirmed the bond that was set by the probation violation court of $1,000. It's a secured appearance bond. If you post the bond, you'd have no contact with any arresting officers. You're not to possess any weapons. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid driver's license or drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court with proof of your local address, and you're to contact the probation department within 72 hours of your release. Your next court date will be a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March the 21st at 8:30 in the Superior Court at 201 West Jefferson. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, he'll give you some paperwork. And Mr. Salinas, followed by Payne King. Sir, please state your name.
Tomas Salinas,
And your date of birth.
8/5/68.
All right, sir, you're here on two cases, a new case, number 3 on the calendar, and a probation violation on number 32 on the calendar. On number 3 on the calendar, you've been charged with 2 counts of kidnapping, 2 counts of kidnapping, class 2 felonies, 2 counts of aggravated assault, class 3 felony, 1 count of disorderly conduct, 1 count of criminal damage, both class 1 misdemeanors, and 2 counts of not allowing a telephone call during an emergency, both class 2 misdemeanors. The court has found probable cause as to these offenses. It's ordered appointing the public defender to represent you. Bond on this case has been set in the amount of $75,000. It's a cash-only bond. If you post the bond, you're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. You'd have absolutely no contact whatsoever with any of the alleged victims or witnesses. You're not to initiate contact with the arresting officers. You're not to possess any weapons. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You must continue to provide court with proof of your local address. And since you're on probation, you have to contact the probation department within 72 hours. On number 32, the probation violation, on the 2025 matter, your next court date will be a status conference on March the 20th at 8:30 with a possible preliminary hearing on March the 24th at 8:30. All right, now moving on to the probation violation in the 2019 matter. You're on probation for a class 3 felony. I've appointed the public defender in this case as well. On this case, you have a secured appearance bond of $1,000. If you post the bond, the release conditions are the same, only in this case there's no victim, so there's none of that. Your next court date on this case, the probation violation, is a revocation arraignment possible disposition hearing on March the 21st at 8:30 in Superior Court at 201 West Jefferson. Do you have any questions, sir?
If on the first one there's no victim there, would it be just my probation officer showing up?
Yes, that's the second one. The
Okay.
first one there.
Yeah, the second one. Sure. All right. Thank you.
All right. The officer will give you some paperwork, sir. All right, Mr. King, followed by Matthew Martin. Sir, please state your name.
Payne King,
And your date of birth, sir?
February 2nd, 1993.
All right, sir, you're here on 2 probation violation matters and a traffic offense. The first one, number 4 on the calendar, You're here on a probation violation warrant for Class 4 felony. The court has found that you're indigent. It's ordered appointing the public defender to represent you. I've affirmed the bond set by the probation violation court of $250. It's a secured appearance bond. If you post the bond, you're not to initiate any contact with the arresting officers. You're not to possess any weapons. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to report to the probation department within 72 hours of your release. On this case, your next court date is a probation revocation, possible disposition hearing on March the 21st at 8:30 in the Superior Court at 201 West Jefferson. Number 5 is another probation violation matter for a Class 4 felony. On this case, the secured appearance bond is set in the amount of $200. All of the other release conditions are the same, as is the court date, which is a probation revocation, possible disposition hearing on March the 21st at 8:30. Lastly, on the number 19, the traffic offense, it's an out-of-county warrant. On this case, counsel will be appointed at your next court date. Bond on this case has been set by the out-of-county court at $2,000. It's a secured appearance bond. Your next court date on this case will be an arraignment hearing on March the 19th at 8:30 in the Eager Municipal Court. Do you have any questions, sir?
So I'll be going to court in Eager?
Yes, although I don't know if they'll come and get you until you resolve the cases here.
Right, okay.
But ultimately, you will be going to Eager.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Step over here, sir. Good luck. Mr. Martin, followed by Pablo Perez. Sir, step up to the podium, please, and tell me your name.
Matthew Martin,
And your date of birth.
11/22/87.
All right, sir, you're here on 3 cases. It looks like 2 probation violations. The first, number 16 on the calendar. You're here on a probation violation warrant for a Class 4 felony. It's ordered appointing the public defender to represent you. On this case, there's been a secured appearance bond set in the amount of $250. If you post the bond, you're not to initiate any contact with any arresting officers. You're not to possess any weapons. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You must contact the probation department officer within 72 hours of your release. Your next court date on this case will be a probation revocation hearing, possible disposition hearing on March the 21st at 8:30 in the Superior Court at 201 West Jefferson. Number 17 on the calendar is another probation violation for a Class 6 felony. Secured appearance bond in that case has also been set in the amount of $250. The release conditions are identical, as is your court date of March 21st. Lastly, number 18 on the calendar, you have a new case in the Goodyear Municipal Court. On this case, you're charged with obstruction of justice by refusing to give a true name, which is a Class 2 misdemeanor. Based upon the nature of the offenses, you're not entitled to counsel on that charge. There's been a secured appearance bond set in that case of $100. The release conditions are the same as your other 2 cases. Your next court date on this case is an arraignment hearing on March the 19th in the Goodyear Municipal Court. Do you have any questions about these 3 cases, sir? All right, thank you. The officer will give you some paperwork. Mr. Perez, followed by Kimberly Denham. Sir, please state your name.
Pablo Perez,
And your date of birth, sir.
5268.
All right, so you're here on a probation violation out of the Arcadia Biltmore Justice Court for a Class 1 misdemeanor. At this point, the court's not going to appoint counsel. That will be up to the court at the next court date. Bond has been set as requested by the Justice Court of $500. It's a secured appearance bond. If you post the bond, you have no contact with any victim or witness. You're not to initiate contact with any arresting officer. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You don't obey any terms of any order of protection that may be outstanding. Your next court, I think I told you your court date, but if not, it's March the 19th at 8:30 in the Arcadia Justice Court for an arraignment hearing. So your next court date is March the 19th. Do you have any questions, sir?
I'll be released on all.
No, you're not, sir. The judge issued it when they issued the warrant, issued the bond of $500, and I've affirmed that.
So my next court date, I'll get off.
It's up to the judge at that point. It's possible.
Time served.
All right. You can step over here, and the officer will give you some paperwork. Ms. Denham, followed by Edgar Aguirre. Good afternoon, ma'am. Please state your name
Kimberly Denham,
and your date of birth.
8/1966.
Ma'am, you're here on a probation violation for a Class 4 felony. It's ordered appointing the public defender to represent you. I've affirmed the bond set by the probation violation judge when they issued the warrant of $250. It's a secured appearance bond. If you post the bond, you're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers. You're not to possess any weapons. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court with proof of your local address, and you're to contact the probation department within 72 hours of your release. Your next court date on this case will be a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March the 21st at 8:30 in the Superior Court at 201 West Jefferson. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
Oh.
All right. The officer will give you some paperwork. Just wait. Out to the side, sir. All right, sir, now you can step up to the podium. All right, sir, please state your name
Edgar Aguirre,
and your date of birth.
05/26/1989.
Okay, there we are. Sir, you've been charged with aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony. The court has found probable cause as to that offense. It's ordered appointing the public defender to represent you. On this case, bond has been set in the amount of $10,000. It's a secured appearance bond. If you post the bond, you have no victim. You have absolutely no contact with the victim. I understand you're related to the victim, but given the nature of the allegations, you have no contact with the victim while this case is pending. You're not to have any contact with any of the witnesses. You're not to initiate contact with any arresting officer. You're not to possess any weapons of any type. You're not to possess or use any drugs without a valid prescription. You're not to drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court with proof of your local address. And you must submit to DNA testing at the arresting police agency. Your next court date on this case will be a status conference on March the 20th at 8:30 in a possible preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30 in the Superior Court at 175 West Madison. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
All right. The officer will give you the paperwork. Good luck, sir. All right. Tajmir Lewis, followed by Ernesto Quetzal. Sir, please state your name.
Tajmir Lewis.
And your date of birth, sir?
April 16, 2002.
All right, sir, you're here on two cases, a new case and a probation violation. The new case charges you with possessing a weapon by prohibited possessor, Class 4 felony, as well as misdemeanor assault. The court has found probable cause as to this offense, and it's ordered appointing the public defender to represent you. Bond on this case has been set as $10,000 as a secured appearance bond. If you post the bond, you're not to return to the scene of its crime. You have no contact whatsoever with the victim or any witness. You're not to initiate contact with the arresting officers. You're not to possess any weapons. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court with proof of your local address. You must also contact the probation department within 72 hours of your release. On your probation violation matter, you're on probation for a Class 3 felony. Once again, it's ordered appointing the public defender. On this case, there's been a secured appearance bond set in the amount of $1,000. On this case, you're to initiate no contact with the arresting officers. Once again, no weapons or drugs without a valid prescription and the other release conditions. Your next court date is a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on March the 21st at 8:30 in the Superior Court of 201 West Jefferson. Do you have any questions about these two cases, sir?
Yeah, you said I got two bonds.
You do.
The other one was 10,000 and the one was 1,000.
Yes, and they're both secured appearance bonds, so you could go through a bonding company. It's not a cash-only bond.
Oh, so I could do 10%.
Yes, sir.
On the $1,000 one too.
Yes.
So $100.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's the 10,000. That would be $1,000 on that one. So
So
realistically, 10% of both of them would be $1,100.
1,100.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, step over there, and the officer will give you the paperwork, sir. Mr. Keresaw, followed by Rachel Metz. Sir, please state your name
Ernesto Garizal,
and your date of birth.
6/11/98.
So you've been charged with shoplifting with artifice, a Class 4 felony, as well as shoplifting with concealment, a Class 1 misdemeanor. The court has found probable cause as to those charges. The court's found you indigent. It's ordered appointing the public defender to represent you. Because you committed this offense allegedly while on release for another offense, you're not entitled to bond. So in this case, you'll be held without bond as a non-bondable. If you are released at some point, you're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, initiate any contact with the arresting officers, not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and provide court with proof of your local address. Because you're being held non-bondable, you'll actually have 3 court dates. The first is a status conference on March the 20th at 8:30, followed by an evidentiary hearing on March 21st at 1:30 to determine whether or not you should be held continue to be held non-bondable. All of the court dates and information will be on the paperwork you're given. Do you have any questions, sir? All right, step right over there, sir. Ms. Metz will be followed by Johnny Payton. Ma'am, please state your name
Rachel Metz,
and your date of birth.
August 24th, 87.
Ma'am, you've been charged with armed robbery, a Class 2 felony, as well as aggravated robbery, a Class 3 felony. The court has found probable causes to those offenses. I've also found you to be indigent. It's ordered appointing the public defender to represent you. On this case, there's been a bond set. It's a secured appearance bond of $5,000. If you post the bond, you're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. You have absolutely no contact whatsoever with any victim or witness. You're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers. You may also not have any contact with the alleged co-defendant in this case. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court with proof of your local address. Your next court date on this case will be a status conference on March the 20th, followed by a possible preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30 in the Superior Court at 175 West Madison. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
With the percentage down on that bond, I could pay $500 down? Is that correct?
And some type of collateral. You have to go through a bonding company. You can call a bonding company and ask them what you would need to do, but generally that is...
And they'll be able to provide me bonding companies in
out in the cells, apparently, there are a list of bonding companies. All right, step over here, man. Good luck. Mr. Payton, followed by James Whitehead. Sir, please state your name.
My name is Johnny R. Payton.
And your date of birth, sir.
08/05/56.
All right. Sir, you've been charged with 4 counts of possessing narcotic drugs for sale, Class 2 felonies, 2 counts of possessing dangerous drugs for sale, Class 2 felonies, 1 count of trafficking in stolen property, Class 3 felony, 1 count of misconduct involving weapons by being a prohibited possessor, Class 4 felony, 1 count of possessing a weapon in a drug offense, Class 4 felony. The court has found probable cause as to those charges. The court has also found you to be indigent and ordered appointing the public defender to represent you. On this case, there's been a bond set in the amount of $25,000. That's a cash-only bond. If you post the bond, you're not to initiate any contact with any arresting officers. You're not to possess any weapons of any type. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You must continue to provide court with proof of your local address. Your next court date will be a status conference on March the 20th at 8:30 with a possible preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30 in the Superior Court at 175 West Madison. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, step over there, sir. Good luck. James Whitehead, followed by Astle Franklin. Sir, please state your name.
James Whitehead,
And your date of birth, sir?
2/18/03.
All right, sir, you've been charged with shoplifting as a Class 1 misdemeanor. Just want to check one thing really quickly, sir. Oh, yeah, this is a warrant out of the municipal court. I have set the bond that was requested of $250. It's a secured appearance bond. The counsel will be appointed to you at your next court date. If you post the bond, you're not to initiate contact with any arresting officer, possess any drugs without a valid prescription, or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court with proof of your local address. Your next court date will be an arraignment hearing in the Carefree Cave Creek Consolidated Court on March the 25th at 9 a.m. Do you have any questions, sir? All right, thank you, sir. You can step right over there. Mr. Franklin, followed by Alexandra Moreno. Sir, please state your name.
Austin Franklin.
And your date of birth, sir.
August 3rd, 1997.
All right, sir, you've been charged with aggravated domestic violence. It's a Class 2 felony or Class 5 felony. I have found probable cause. I've appointed the public defender to represent you. A secured appearance bond has been set in your case in the amount of $2,500. If you post the bond, you'll also be subject to pretrial services supervision. As part of your release conditions, you have absolutely no contact with the alleged victim. You're not to have any contact with any witnesses. You're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You must continue to provide court with proof of your local address. You must also obey all terms of any orders of protection that may be in effect. Your next court date will be a status conference on March the 20th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing on March the 24th at 8:30 in the Superior Court at 175 West Madison. Do you have any questions, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Would it be possible for me to know the description placed on the incident by the arresting officer?
Basically, the probable cause is that you slapped your girlfriend while she was holding a child while having been subject to an order of protection. That's the basic allegation.
Would it be possible to... I did, make contact with her, but that's not 100% fact in terms of...
And that'll be something that you can bring up at the status conference or at the preliminary hearing, but at this point, it's just a probable cause standard. Right. It's not proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
That's all.
Okay, thank you, sir. Step right over and the officer will give you some paperwork. All right, Alejandro Moreno, followed by Bradley Lochtenberg. Your names, please.
Alejandro Moreno.
And your date of birth.
5/10/06.
All right, so you've been charged with aggravated assault, Class 3 felony, and a misdemeanor criminal trespass. I've looked over your history. At this point, you're going to be released to pretrial services. You need to keep in contact with them and follow all of their directions. Do you understand that? All right, you're not to return to the scene of alleged crime. You have no contact with any victims or witnesses. You're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers. You're not to possess any weapons. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. You're not to drive without a valid driver's license. And you need to continue to provide court with proof of your local address. You must also submit to DNA testing and fingerprinting. Your next court date on this case will be a status conference on March the 28th at 8:30, with a possible preliminary hearing on April the 1st at 8:30. Very important that you make your court dates. You understand that? The officer will give you an envelope. It has the information about how to contact pretrial services. You must keep in contact with them, or a warrant could be issued for your arrest, as well as make your court dates. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, step right over there, sir. Mr. Loftenberg? He'll be followed by Anthony Bailey. Sir, please state your name.
Bradley Laufenberg.
And your date of birth.
October 3rd, 92.
All right, sir, you're here on 3 cases, a new case, and 2 probation violations. Your new case charges you with possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. Based upon the information I've been provided, I was not able to find probable cause. I'm still going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Just because I have not found probable cause does not mean the case is not going to go forward. It just means that the information I was given was not sufficient at this time. So you're still going to have 2 court dates. Your next and you're going to be released on this case because there's no probable cause. Your next court date on this case will be a status conference on March 28th, followed by a possible preliminary hearing on April the 1st. Because you're on probation, you must contact the probation department within 72 hours of your release. Next case, number 33, you're on probation for a Class 6 felony. On this case, you're going to be released on your own recognizance. You're not to initiate any contact with the arresting officers. You're not to possess any weapons. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, or drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court with proof of your local address and contact the probation department within 72 hours of your release. Your next court date on this case will be a probation revocation, possible disposition hearing on March 21st at 8:30 in the Superior Court at 201 West Jefferson. Number 34 is another probation violation for a Class 6 offense. The release conditions are exactly the same as the one I just gave you on your probation violation. So is the court date of March 21st at 8:30. Very important you make your court dates. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
The officer will give you the paperwork, sir. Mr. Bailey, followed by Jaime or Jamie Sierra Gutierrez. Sir, state your name, please.
Anthony Brick Bailey, 121084.
Thank you, sir. All right, sir, you've been charged with possessing dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possessing drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. The court has found probable causes to those offenses. The court's also found you to be indigent and ordered appointing the public defender to represent you. In this case, you're going to be released to pretrial services. You'll need to contact them and follow all of their directions. Failure to do that can issue a warrant for your arrest. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're not to initiate any contact with any arresting officers. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. You're not to drive without a valid driver's license. You're to continue to provide court with proof of your local address. Your next court date on this case will be a status conference on March the 28th at 8:30, followed by a possible preliminary hearing on April the 1st at 8:30 in the Superior Court at 175 West Madison. The dates and the address will be on the paperwork the officer will give you. Keep the paperwork and make sure you make your court dates, sir. Step right over there.
Thank you.
All right, Sierra Gutierrez, followed by Denise Luna. Sir, your name, please.
Hi, Miss Sierra Gutierrez.
And your date of birth.
9373.
All right, so you've been charged with assault of Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found you to be indigent. The court will appoint counsel at your next court date. I am going to release you on your own recognizance. You are not to initiate any contact with the alleged victim at all. If the alleged victim contacts you, you're to ignore that. You cannot respond to any contact. You may not reside at the same location as the alleged victim. If this is a common residence, then you would be allowed one civil standby with law enforcement to retrieve any essential belongings that you have. As I've indicated by the specific order, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, have any contact with the victim or any witness, not to initiate contact with any arresting officers, not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, not to drive without a valid driver's license, to continue to provide court with proof of your local address. Your next court date on this will be an arraignment hearing in the Goodyear Municipal Court on April the 2nd at 1 p.m. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, the officer will give you some paperwork. Ms. Luna, followed by Monica Levas. Good afternoon, ma'am. Please state your name.
Denise Luna,
And your date of birth.
6/18/86.
Ma'am, you've been charged with 2 counts of aggravated DUI, one for driving the wrong way, one for having a passenger under the age of 15 in the vehicle. The wrong way DUI is a Class 5 felony. The aggravated DUI with a passenger under 15 is a Class 6 felony. You've also been charged with endangerment as a Class 1 misdemeanor, leaving the scene of an accident, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and failure to stay at an accident, a Class 1 misdemeanor. The court has found probable cause as to these offenses. Excuse me. On this charge, you're going to be released to pretrial services. That will include alcohol testing and monitoring. No drinking alcohol at all while on release. Some of the other release conditions are you're not to initiate any contact with the arresting officers or have any contact with any of the witnesses. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. As I indicated, no alcohol at all. You're not to drive a motor vehicle without a driver's license, and you're also not to drive a motor vehicle at all with anyone under the age of 18 in the vehicle. You must continue to provide court with proof of your local address. Your next court date will be a status conference on March the 28th at 8:30, followed by a possible preliminary hearing on April the 1st, also at 8:30 in the Superior Court at 175 West Madison. You must contact pretrial services immediately upon your release and follow all of their directions. You begin with an envelope that has that information. Make sure you do that and follow all of their directions. Okay, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, you can step over there. Ms. Levas, followed by Julius Bivens. Okay, your name, please.
Monica Levas.
And your date of birth.
1/25/92.
All right, ma'am, you're here on a municipal court warrant on the charge of possessing drug paraphernalia, Class 1 misdemeanor. Based upon the nature of the offense, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. Ma'am, I'm inclined to release you on your own recognizance if you promise me you'll appear at your next court date.
Yes.
Failure to do so is going to be having you held on a much higher bond. You understand that?
Sorry?
If you fail to appear, you're going to be held on a much higher bond.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to be released on your own recognizance. You're not to initiate any contact with any alleged witness. You're not to drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. You're to continue to provide the court with proof of your local address. Your next court date will be an arraignment hearing on April the 8th at 1:30 in the Surprise Municipal Court.
Thank you.
All right, step over there. The officer will give you some paperwork. All right, Bivens. All right, your name, please.
Julius Bivens.
Date of birth.
9/16/2000.
All right, sir, you've been charged with misdemeanor DUI, misdemeanor driving with a blood alcohol of 0.08, as well as extreme DUI, all Class 1 misdemeanors. Also aggravated DUI for driving under the influence with a suspended license. Also aggravated DUI for a third DUI. On this case, I have found probable cause. I've also appointed the public defender to represent you. On this case, you're going to be released to pretrial services with alcohol testing and monitoring. You are not to drink any alcoholic beverages at all while on release. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Some of the other release conditions are you're not to initiate contact with any arresting officers. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription or drive without a valid driver's license. You must continue to provide court proof of your local address. as well as submit to a 10-point fingerprint, a 10-print fingerprint at the arresting police agency. So you must contact pretrial services upon your release and follow all of the directions. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, if I didn't mention it, I may have, but your court date is March 28th at 8:30 for a status conference preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court at 175 West Madison. Make sure you keep in contact with pretrial services to make your court date, sir.
Yes,
Right.
Your Honor.
Thank you. That's it, right?
That's it. We're good.
All right, and no house calls. All right. You guys are good. We're off the record.
All right.
Thank you. Please be seated. Is that chair working again? Okay. Good evening. This is the time for the 5 p.m. calendar and initial appearance court on March 14th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the first calendar of this month will apply to all hearings on this calendar. I will call you each up to the podium one at a time. Please listen for your name. I'm then going to announce whoever is up next. Please sit in the chair that's right outside of the courtroom. I'll let you know what you've been arrested for, what your next court dates are, and any release conditions that I'm ordering today. Let's go ahead and get started with Richard Ledoux to the podium. And then Jose Mendoza to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Richard Ledoux, 42378.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. The first is a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. Because you were on felony release on another case when these new allegations allegedly occurred, I do have to hold you non-bondable today. But I am setting an evidentiary hearing on March 21st at 1:30 p.m. You can talk with your attorney about arguing for your release at that point in time. We're also here today on the failure to appear bench warrant on your other felony matter involving dangerous drug possession and drug paraphernalia. I will affirm the attorney already appointed to represent you in that case and set a status conference post-warrant on March 20th at 8:30 a.m. And I will affirm the bond and the warrant. That's a $1,000 secured bond, but don't post that bond because you're being held non-bondable in your first matter. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Oh, so will I be released? Because I do have a court date. I talked to my public defender. That's why I got the warrant issued. I was in the hospital, but do I be released so I can get to my other court date? Or
they'll transport you for the other court date. I can't legally release you. According to the law, I have to hold you because you allegedly committed new allegations while you were on felony release on the other one.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to be held in custody until at least your next court date.
And when's the next court date again?
That's going to be on your existing case on the 20th, and then on the new case also on the 20th, both at 8:30.
Okay.
Okay, all that's going to be in your paperwork to your left. Go ahead and grab that and take a seat. Right. Jose Mendoza to the podium, and Amy Johnston to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jose Manuel Mendoza, 10/29/1988.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of narcotic drug possession for sale, Class 2 felony, narcotic drug transportation and or sale, Class 2 felony, narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony, possession or use of a weapon in a drug offense, Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and carrying a weapon in the commission of a felony, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause to these allegations and I will appoint you an attorney. Setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $50,000. That does mean you can use a bonding company. If you do post bond, I am ordering pretrial services, supervision in the community, and for them to install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release. As a part of your release, if you post that bond, I'm also ordering that you not possess any weapons and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Amy Johnston to the podium and Gregory Cole to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Amy Johnston, April 12th, 2006.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of narcotic drug possession for sale, Class 2 felony, narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony, possession or use of a weapon in a drug offense, Class 4 felony, carrying a weapon in the commission of a felony, a Class 6 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a cash bond today in the amount of $50,000. That does mean you can use a bonding company, but bonding companies have different terms with cash bonds. You'll have to contact them for their exact terms. If you do post bond, I'm also ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an ankle monitor on you prior to your release. If you do post that bond, I'm also ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no contact with any listed co-defendant, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat. Gregory Cole to the podium and Nolan Goslin to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Yeah, Gregory Cole, 12/22/1991.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of burglary in the second degree, Class 3 felony, aggravated domestic violence, Class 5 felony, threatening or intimidating with injury or damage to property, Class 1 misdemeanor, and 2 counts of criminal damage, Class 1 misdemeanors. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $7,500. If you do post bond, I'm also ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an ankle monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Just curious what the burglary charge is from?
So the burglary allegation is that you allegedly committed burglary in this case. Burglary can mean a lot of different things. Talk with your attorney. I don't want to provide you with legal advice today.
Okay.
Talk with your attorney about what that means, and your attorney can review everything with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left, and then take a seat. Thank you. Nolan Goslin to the podium, and Cale Tuft to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Nolan Bradley Gooseland, 10/20/96.
Thank you. We are here today on 3 different cases. The first is a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and shoplifting, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond in the amount of $500 on this case. We're also here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You were charged with 1 count of shoplifting, a Class 6 felony. I'll appoint you an attorney in that case as well. Set the same status conference and preliminary hearing on the 20th and 24th, and I will affirm the bond that's in the direct complaint. That's a $5,000 secured bond. Finally, we're here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a probation violation case. I'll appoint you, or I'll affirm the attorney that was already representing you in that case. Set a non-witness violation hearing on March 21st at 8:30, and then I will affirm the bond in that warrant. That's a $1,500 bond. So you have a total bond of $7,000. If you do post bond, you'll have the same release conditions on all 3 matters. No return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Do I have to post 3 separate bonds or just one?
So it's all together, it's adding up to $7,000. You have to post all of them to be released. That total is $7,000.
All right, so I can do that through one bail bond.
You should be able to, yes.
All right.
Okay. Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Cale Tutt to the podium, and Peter Gribick to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
July Tutt, 6/10/1996.
Thank you. I do apologize if I mispronounced your name. That was not my intention. We are here today on 3 different cases. The first is a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of violation of a court order, Class 5 felony, aggravated assault, violation of a protection order, Class 6 felony, and disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond in the amount of $5,000 on this case, and I'm also ordering pretrial services supervision in the community with an ankle monitor to be installed on you prior to your release. We're also here today on 2 Term 1 violations of your probation. I'll appoint you an attorney in those 2 cases as well. Set a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st at 8:30, and I will issue a secured bond in the amount of $500 on those 2 cases. So you have a total bond of $6,000. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. I'm also ordering that you must contact your assigned probation officer within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Peter Gribick to the podium, and Eric Tamplin to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Peter Gerbic, 9/10/82.
Thank you. We are here today for an out-of-county warrant out of the Mojave County Superior Court. It is a case involving criminal damage, Class 4 felony, narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, unlawful flight from law enforcement, Class 5 felony, resisting arrest, Class 6 felony, and driving under the influence of liquor, drugs, or vapor, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in Mojave County. I'm setting an arraignment hearing on March 19th at 8:30, and I will affirm the bond in the Mojave County warrant. That's a $5,000 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no drugs without a valid prescription, no possessing or consuming any alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab that from the officer to your left and then take a seat. Eric Tamplin to the podium, and Eric Bermudez to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Eric Tamplin, 06-1705.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case and then 2 probation violations. On your new case, you were arrested on allegations of burglary in the 3rd degree, Class 4 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. We're also here today on 2 probation violations for violating Term 1. I'll appoint you an attorney on those 2 cases as well. Set them both for a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st. That's also at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond on each of these 3 matters in the amount of $1,000 on each case, so $3,000 total. If you do post bond, you'll have the same release conditions on all 3 matters. I'm ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. Yes, all that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Thank you.
Eric Bermudez to the podium, and Kenneth Paul to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Eric Israel Bermudez, 7/21/1994.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court new case and a probation violation. On your Justice Court case, it's out of the El Centro Justice Court. You were arrested on allegations of 1 count of assault, Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of driving under the influence of liquor, drugs, or vapor, Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of driving with a suspended license, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will appoint you an attorney in that case. I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the El Centro Justice Court on March 19th at 8:30. I am going to issue a secured bond in that case in the amount of $1,000. We're also here today on a probation violation warrant for violating Term 1. I'll appoint you an attorney in that case as well. Set a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st at 8:30, also in the downtown Superior Court, and I will set a secured bond in the amount of $1,000 on that case as well. So your total bond is $2,000. You'll have the same release conditions on both matters. I'm ordering that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. Finally, I'm ordering that you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. Now, your hearings are going to be in 2 different courthouses. Those addresses are going to be in your paperwork, so just make sure you pay attention to which one is which, okay?
Oh, okay.
All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, go ahead and grab that to your left and take a seat.
All right, thank you.
Kenneth Paul to the podium. Alexander Raphael to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Kenneth Joseph Paul Jr., 12/23/82.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $1,500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Tomorrow I'm supposed to be, go to Mobile Treatment Center in Payson, Arizona, and it was a long time waiting to go to that, and I was really hoping to get to that tomorrow. Me, my fiance and our dog are going to be able to go. It's been 2 months waiting list, and we're finally able to get there. Tomorrow has been that day that we'll be able to get there, and I was hoping to we'd be able to be attached to the court process again and be able to make my court days, talk to the probation officer. I was hoping it would be a blessing in disguise that I'd be able to we'd be in contact with my probation officer again and be like, look, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm at, this is what I got going on, this is what I got to look forward to. And I was hoping, you know, and tomorrow was that day, first day of the rest of my life, and I was really hoping that, you know, I was hoping that this would be a blessing in disguise, that I would be able to be in contact with the courts again, and that I had everything going on good for me, you know, like.
So I understand, and I don't want to hamper your ability to go to a treatment center if that's what you need. I definitely want to encourage that. However, what I'm looking at here, it's a petition to revoke your probation, in which probation is reporting that they haven't had contact with you since December. So what I'm concerned is if I let you out today, that you're not going to report to probation. So I am going to affirm the bond and the warrant at this point in time. It's a $1,500 bond. If you go through a bonding company, that's $150. If you post that bond, you can be released and potentially still go to your treatment program as scheduled. But if you don't post that bond, you will remain in custody.
Is there anything you do? I'll be on any form of pretrial service, or I'll be on an ankle bracelet, any of that. I'll do anything to get to this place tomorrow so that I can get the help, man. I'm being excited for it, and it was supposed to come, and I will stay in contact. Ankle bracelet, anything. I'll be in any form of high pretrial services, anything.
Sure, I appreciate what you're telling me, but I can't release you on this.
You can, Your Honor. Please make that decision today. Change my life, man.
$500. Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Alexander Raphael to the podium, and Brian Galvez to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Alexander Raphael, 5891.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. I'm sorry, a Superior Court failure to appear bench warrant. It's for a case that was already open on allegations of forgery and burglary. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you. I am setting a status conference post-warrant on March 24th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court.
Okay.
I am going to affirm the bond and the warrant. That's a $1,000 cash bond. That does mean you can use a bonding company, but they set different terms because it's a cash bond, so you'll have to call them for their exact terms. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. Okay. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Thank you.
Brian Galvez to the podium, and Nizoni Espinoza to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Brian Galvez, April 30th, 1986.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. The first is a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and criminal trespassing, Class 3 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. We're also here today on a probation violation warrant for violating Term 1. I will appoint you an attorney in that case as well. Set a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st at 8:30. That's also in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond on each of these matters in the amount of $250, so that's $500 total. If you do post bond, you'll have the same release conditions on both matters. No returning to the scene of any alleged crime, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, that was a lot to take in. So the hearing is going to be on the 20th. The 21st is a revocation hearing, and then 24th is what hearing exactly?
That's a preliminary hearing. It's another hearing on your new case.
Okay. Only question that I have, I mean, that's just so much to take in at one time.
And all of what I just reviewed with you is going to be on your paperwork too, so don't feel like you have to memorize all that.
No, I understand that, Your Honor. I'm just trying to, I mean, I do have questions. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Nizoni Espinoza to the podium, and Jose Hernandez to the chair, please. Good evening, may I have your name and date of birth?
Yesenia Espinoza, May 14, 2003.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond that was in the warrant. It's a $250 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
As in, release of when?
I'm sorry?
Release? What do you mean release? Like,
So you have a bond right now of $250. You have to post that in order to be released.
okay.
And if you do post that, I'm ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you have to contact probation within 3 days.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Jose Hernandez to the podium, and Angel Rodriguez to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jose Manuel Jacques Hernandez, 3/17/1996.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case, and I do apologize. Was your birthday 1986 or 96?
96.
Okay, they have it as 86 right now. Talk with your attorney at the next hearing so that they can make sure that that gets updated. Could just be a typo in our system, but I want to make sure they have the right birthday for you, okay? We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated assault on a minor, Class 6 felony, and disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on March 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today to the supervision of pretrial services. As a condition of your release, I'm also ordering alcohol testing and monitoring. Pretrial services will give you information on that. You're also going to get an envelope as you leave court today that has details on pretrial release. Make sure that you read through that. As a part of your release, I'm also ordering that you not have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Thank you.
Angel Rodriguez to the podium and Kenneth Sapphire to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
0403-1987, Angel Rodriguez.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the El Centro Justice Court. It's for a case involving criminal trespassing, which is a misdemeanor allegation. Because it's a misdemeanor, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel, but you can hire an attorney to represent you if you'd like. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the El Centro Justice Court. That's on April 3rd at 8:30 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise that you'll appear for your next court date. As a part of your release, I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime and no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
So I'm going to get released?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem. Grab your paperwork to your left and then
Yeah. I went to court earlier.
come back to the podium so the microphone picks you up.
This one right here, this paper that I was at the other court, it says that, well, should I present it to you?
No, I can't take it from you, but were you in Phoenix court earlier?
Yeah, or something like that. Can you pull it up to the computer?
That's a different court. I don't have access to any of their documents. But were you held on a bond in that case, or were you released?
No, I was $300 for bonds, $150.
Okay.
And I don't have no money, and I don't know if I'm gonna get released.
Okay, so what I can do, if you'd like me to, is I can put a placeholder bond on you just so that you get credit for time served if you're still being held on the Phoenix case. I can put a $50 bond on you so that you at least start accruing time. If you think you're going to be able to post that $300, I can still release you.
I can do whatever you guys want me to do.
It's not what I want you to do. It's whatever you think you can afford.
Yeah. Well, I can afford something, you know. I'm trying to do whatever I can do, you know. This man is very, you know.
So do you think that you're going to be able to post the $300?
No, I don't think I can now, but I eventually, you know, someone owes, I'll pay it.
Okay. So so here's where it's going to happen. If you're unable to pay that bond, you're going to stay in custody on the Phoenix case, okay? We're here in this case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. So if I release you on this one, in our system, it's going to show that you were released, that you're no longer in custody, but you are in custody in the Phoenix case. So when you go back to court,
I don't know how it's
I'm trying to explain that to you, and then I'll give you the options, okay? So if I hold you on like a $50 small bond on your case in Maricopa County Superior Court, you start generating credit for whatever time you're serving from right now. So if I put a bond on you because you don't think you're going to be able to post that Phoenix one, you'll at least get credit for time served while you're here on that case. That's what I'm inclined to do. So if I set a $50 bond on this case, that at least starts building you credit for days served.
But then that means I would have to do time.
That doesn't mean that you have to do time, but if you do end up having to do time out of this case, you already have banked some time from the beginning of the case.
I'm not sure I was born.
If you're gonna be here anyway, you might as well get credit for it.
I don't know. I guess I'll just go ahead and walk out.
Well, you're not gonna walk out if they set a bond on you in Phoenix. That's what I'm trying to.
I know. I guess I'll just walk out.
What do you mean by that?
I ain't got nothing else to say, you know. I ain't got nothing else to do. I don't know how to help myself.
Okay.
I never.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna modify my previous order then. I'm gonna set a placeholder bond of $50 so that you get credit for time served in this case since you're being held on the Phoenix case.
But I don't need that. I'm just trying to be okay and live, sir. I just want to.
I understand that.
You know, and over there it's different. You guys just keep moving me. I don't know who you guys are.
Understandable. So I'm going to modify your orders a little bit. That's going to change your dates. Your next hearing is actually going to be on March 19th.
You guys don't help me at all. I just keep being a bad person and an idiot and a loser and a idiot or like.
Well, sir, don't talk about yourself like that, okay? I mean, that doesn't.
And I don't know what you guys mean.
Okay. So I'm going to make sure that you have an attorney for your next hearing too.
But I'm supposed to get released. I don't know what.
And officer, just to make sure, are you able to see what they said on him in Phoenix?
Oh, you got a bond.
Is it a bond?
Yes.
Okay. That's good to reprint. Kenneth Sapphire to the podium and Amari Baha to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Kenneth Brett Sapphire, June 25th, 1970.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on March 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to I'm going to release you today to the supervision of pretrial services. You're going to get an envelope as you leave court today that has details on pretrial release. Make sure that you read through that. As a part of your release, I'm also going to order that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Is there any kind of a hold for my parole?
I do see a DOC parole violation. Have you been in contact with your parole officer?
I became homeless and wasn't able to contact him for a couple months. I think our last one was December.
So I don't know if you just heard what I told the last person. I don't know what DOC is going to do. It's possible that they could take you back into custody. If you'd like, what I can do on this case is set a $50 placeholder bond on you, just so that you start generating time served in this case. That way, if DOC ends up taking you back into custody, you wouldn't be labeled as released in this one. You would at least start generating time served. If DOC ends up releasing you and allowing you to stay out in the community, all you would have to do is pay $50 on this case. So I'll leave the option up to you. I'll either release you if you think you're going to be released, or I can put a $50 bond so you at least start generating credit for time served.
Let's do the release.
The release? Okay, yeah, but know that if you go see DOC after this and they put you back in custody, you're not going to be having credit for time served in this case, okay?
All right, I won't have any credit, but what would it take to get out on this?
On this case?
Yes, sir.
It would be a $50 bond if I post one on you. It would just be $50.
Okay, let's do that, please.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. All right, so that's going to modify a couple of things. Your next court date's actually going to be a little bit sooner. It's going to be on March 20th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court, and I am going to set that secured bond in the amount of $50. If you get to DOC and they end up releasing you, that's fine. All you have to do is pay $50 in this case, and then you're out, okay? Any other questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead and take a seat for right now. They're going to bring you your paperwork in just a minute, okay? Thank
Your Honor, the last one, Rodriguez Angel,
Yes.
he did get award out of Phoenix.
He did?
I gave you the wrong info.
Oh, okay. Well, he said he was on bond too. So let me go ahead and amend that one. I'll go ahead and amend number 10 on the calendar. I did set a placeholder bond. It doesn't actually appear that Mr. Rodriguez does have a bond out of Phoenix, so I will release him on his own recognizance. I signed that one. Amari Baja to the podium and Giovanni Cruz to the chair, please. And thank you for correcting that, officer. I appreciate that. Okay. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Amari Baja, 10-2-04.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in this case. Give me just 1 second here. There we go. I'm setting a status conference on March 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise that you're going to appear at your next court date. I'm also going to order that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I really appreciate it. And my question is there any fines I'm going to have to pay after this?
Not at this point in time. We're at the very beginning of your criminal case, so no fines have been determined at this point in time, but talk to your attorney about that.
All right, thank you so much.
No problem. Grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Giovanni Cruz to the podium and Angel Ailman to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Giovanni Cruz, March 31st, 2000.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court new case out of the El Centro Justice Court. You were arrested on allegations of driving under the influence of liquor, drugs, or vapor, Class 1 misdemeanor, and driving under the influence of with a drug metabolite in your system, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the El Centro Justice Court on April 3rd at 8:30 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. As a part of your release, I'm also going to order that you not have any drugs without a valid prescription, no possessing or consuming any alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license. It is likely your license has been suspended based on the underlying allegations, so double check with the DMV before you get behind the wheel of the vehicle. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Can you just elaborate more on the second misdemeanor?
So it's a driving under the influence with a drug metabolite in your system. So any type of metabolite of an intoxicating drug. But talk to your attorney about that. Your attorney will go over everything with you in detail.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Angel Ailman to the podium and Tice Ponzio to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Angel Aleman, 8804.
Thank you, and I do apologize if I mispronounced your name. That was not my intention. We are here today on a municipal court new case out of the Peoria Municipal Court. You were arrested on allegations of assault and disorderly conduct, both Class 1 misdemeanors. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the Peoria Municipal Court on April 3rd at 9 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court dates, but there are going to be some release conditions I'm ordering that you follow. I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, that you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. And I'm also ordering that you may not have any uninvited contact with any alleged victim in this case. You may not reside with any alleged victim unless the alleged victims consent. If they revoke consent or do not consent at any point in time during this case, you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Tice Ponzio to the podium and Paul Patton to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Tice Ponzio, 010907.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated assault of a first responder, Class 5 felony, resisting arrest, physical force, Class 6 felony, liquor under the age of 21 in your body, Class 1 misdemeanor, and liquor open container in a vehicle, Class 2 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause as to these allegations, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on March 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. As a part of your release, I'm also ordering that you not initiate any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no contact with the arresting officers, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
This whole time I've been in this process, I haven't been able to call my mom or my dad. I don't know their number. Can I
They're going to process you for release, and you'll have access to a phone back there. I don't know if they'll give you access to anything in your personal belongings, but you can talk to the detention officers when you get back there.
Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Your Honor, I'm going to interrupt you. He does have a $300 bond.
It's a $300. I will amend it one more time.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. For number 10 on the calendar, Angel Rodriguez, I am amending it back to the $50 placeholder bond. We'll make sure Mr. Rodriguez does get updated paperwork to reflect that. And then that one's good review. Paul Patton to the podium. And Margot Thomas to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Paul Patton, November 6, 1970.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case and then 3 probation violations. On your new case, you were arrested on allegations of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on March 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. We're also here today on 3 probation term 1 violations. I'll appoint you an attorney in those cases as well. Set a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st at 8:30. That's also in the downtown Superior Court, and a disposition hearing immediately following if that's appropriate. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance on all 4 of these matters today to be supervised by your assigned probation officer. If what I'm looking at right here is correct, I do believe you were supposed to be discharged from probation today. But you did pick up new charges today. It looks like you were doing relatively well on probation, so that's why I'm releasing you on your own recognizance, okay? So make sure that you contact your probation officer. That's going to be part of my release conditions. But I want you to know just you were doing really well. I don't know if this was a hiccup or what's going on, but I'm going to give you another opportunity in the community, okay?
Thank you.
As a part of your release, I am going to order that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and that you contact your probation officer within 72 hours. If you have their direct number, you feel free to use that, or the general number will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Margot Thomas to the podium. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Margot Thomas, 12/15/94.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 different cases. The first is a probation violation warrant for violating the terms of your probation in Arizona. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond in the amount of $500 on this case. We're also here today on what's called a fugitive of justice case. That's an out-of-state warrant for your arrest. I believe that was out of Ohio. So we do have to go over some things with you.
Is it Ohio or Texas?
I believe it says Ohio. Let me double check now, though. Huh, that's strange. It says in the confirmation Ohio, but it also says Texas. Now that I'm looking at it, the confirming agency, I believe, is a Texas agency. So I believe it is out of Texas. Thank you for correcting me that. I'm not sure why their notes say Ohio in here, so I apologize for the confusion. So it is out of Texas. It is for a parole violation. So I have to go over some things with you. Did you read through that laminated placard before you came into court today? Okay, I'm going to go over everything with you to make sure that you have an understanding of what's going on. I just wanted to make sure you at least had the opportunity to read that, okay? You do have a warrant out of the state of Texas for your arrest, so you do have a choice to make at this time. You can choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing and be sent back to the requesting state within 30 days, or you can demand to have an extradition hearing and that a governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states be issued before you're sent back to Texas. If you choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing, you would be held non-bondable in the Maricopa County Jail for a period of up to 30 days to allow time for Texas to come and get you. That 30-day period would start tomorrow as long as you don't have any criminal charges pending against you anywhere in Arizona.
Which I do, right?
You do have a probation violation case open. If you do have criminal charges pending against you in Arizona, that 30-day period would not start until those charges are resolved. If you do have an extradition hearing or request an extradition hearing, I will set a hearing in the downtown Superior Court on March 24th at 1:30 p.m. I cannot appoint you an attorney in this case because extradition cases are civil in nature, but you do have the right to hire an attorney at your own expense if you choose. Because this is a parole violation, I do not have the ability to have a bond set on your case, so I would be holding you non-bondable while the extradition process is proceeding. You would be held in custody until a further order of the court. A governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states is required to extradite you back to Texas, and that could take up to 90 days. So you have the two different options. You can voluntarily return or have an extradition hearing. Either way, you are going to be held non-bondable. So which way would you rather go?
I'll do the extradition hearing.
Okay, so I am going to set a hearing in the downtown Superior Court on March 24th at 1:30 p.m. You'll have an attorney on your probation case, so feel free to talk with your attorney on that case about this one as well. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab that to your left and take a seat. And then officers, I believe that you're going to get Joseph Felix and Keaton Steck. They're both here already? Perfect. Let's have Joseph Felix to the podium. Is the rest of the gallery clear, officer?
Yes, other than, yes,
that's fine. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Joseph Felix, 1209-2002.
Thank you. We are here today on the Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of child sex trafficking with a minor under the age of 15 years old, a Class 2 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and an evidentiary hearing on March 21st at 1:30 p.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. Because you were on felony release on another case when these new allegations allegedly occurred, I do have to hold you non-bondable. So talk with your attorney about arguing for your release at the next hearing at the evidentiary hearing on March 21st. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Keaton Steck to the podium. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Keaton Steck, October 13th, 2001.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of child sex trafficking with a minor, ages 15 to 17, Class 2 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $50,000. That does mean you can use a bonding company. If you do post bond, I am ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community, that they install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also ordering as a condition of your release that you not have contact with any minors, that you're prohibited from accessing the internet through any electronic means except for work, school, or consulting with legal counsel, that you're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes. So with the ankle monitor, I was a little confused. Will I be released today? Or?
So you have a bond of $50,000. That bond needs to be posted before you can be released. If you do post that bond, that's when they will install the ankle monitor.
Okay. How does the bond work?
So you can either pay that in full yourself or you can go through a bonding company. The bonding companies generally require about 10% plus collateral.
Okay. And then I live just outside of Maricopa County, but I work in the Maricopa County. Would that be a problem with the ankle monitor?
So because it's a felony allegation, you're not supposed to leave the county of Maricopa. Now, if you end up posting that bond, talk with pretrial services about where you live, because obviously the ankle monitor is going to know where you're at. And I'll also talk to your attorney about that at the next hearing.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat. And then officers, is there a reason why Mr. Ladner and Mr. Trammell cannot be brought to court today?
1 second.
Not a problem.
All right, gentlemen, we will flip. So, Mr. Ladner, it was due to masturbating in the general population.
Okay.
For Trammell, trying to remove clothes in general population.
Okay, I will find that both of these individuals are a danger to themselves or others if they were brought to court. I will conduct their initial appearances at their cell. For number 17, Dwayne Ladner, we're here today on an arrest warrant. He was charged with 2 counts of aggravated DUI, class 4 felonies, 1 count of dangerous drug possession, class 4 felony, and 1 count of narcotic drug possession, class 4 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint an attorney, set a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court, and I will issue a secured bond amount of $250 on his case. For number 20 on the calendar, Michael Trammell. We're here today on an out-of-county warrant out of Springerview Municipal Court for allegations of a traffic offense, which is a misdemeanor. Because it's a misdemeanor allegation, I will not be appointing counsel at this point in time. I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the Springerville Municipal Court on March 19th at 8:30 a.m., and I will release him on his own recognizance. I will provide each of these individuals with written copies of their release conditions, and I'll provide them with a copy at their cell. If I do need to make any modifications or changes, I will do so either on the record or in writing. That does conclude the 5 p.m. calendar. We will stand in recess until 8 p.m.
I had them all made up.
Is that TR working? Okay, I didn't know if I need to turn that on. Good evening. This is the time for the 8 p.m. calendar and initial appearance court on March 14th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints made on the first calendar of this month will apply to all hearings on this calendar. I will call you each up to the podium one at a time. Please listen for your name. I'm then going to announce whoever is up next. Please sit in the chair that's right outside of the courtroom. I'll let you know what you've been arrested for, what your next court dates are, and any release conditions that I'm ordering today. Let's go ahead and get started with Skylar Mason to the podium. And Mario Aguilar to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Skylar Mason, May 25th, 2000.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 different cases. The first is a Superior Court probation violation warrant. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I believe one has already been appointed and has been representing you. I'll affirm that appointment. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. We're also here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving theft, control of property, and narcotic drug possession. I will also affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you in that case and set an arraignment hearing on March 21st at 8:30 a.m. That's also in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to hold you non-bondable on your probation matter, and I'm setting a secured bond in the amount of $1,500 on your failure to appear case, but don't post that second bond because you're being held non-bondable in the probation case. Talk with your attorney. Your attorney can argue for your release at the next hearing. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. Okay, so Adriana Clark will be on the probation case?
Who is Adriana Clark?
I don't know. You said I had to have a lawyer on there. I never had a... So it's basically the same...
I never mentioned any name of an attorney. I'm appointing the same attorney that is already appointed to represent you.
I don't know if I had one already.
You do.
So it should be Adriana Clark?
I don't know who your attorney is at this point. It's whoever the attorney is already appointed to represent you.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, but I have a question because I talked to pretrial and I was wondering if I was eligible for pretrial because this is for, the probation is interstate compact, right? So all this was missed because I was arrested in Georgia. So I live in Atlanta, Georgia. This is where the miscommunication comes from. So I live in Atlanta, Georgia. It was supposed to be getting transferred to Atlanta, Georgia. Right, so when I went to go check in Atlanta, Georgia probation for the interstate compact, they arrested me for violating the probation I already have in Georgia for catching the case in Phoenix. So I never got to even do the interstate compact. So when I talked to the Miss Becky, she does the interstate compact here in Phoenix, Arizona. She basically they're going to reinstate it or whatever, but she said they had to deny it because they couldn't verify my address, and they couldn't verify my address because I was in jail.
That's all going to be questions that you'll have to bring in front of your attorney.
And your attorney can more days. I just said 3 months waiting for Phoenix to come get me.
That's correct. I'm holding you non-bondable as a violation of probation.
Yeah. So I can't do pretrial.
No.
This is some bullshit. Thank you.
Mario Aguilar to the podium. Dazen Prince to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Mario Aguilar, November 3rd, 1977.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated DUI, license suspended or revoked for a DUI. That's a Class 4 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $2,500. If you do post that bond, I am ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they conduct alcohol testing and monitoring as a condition of your release. I'm also going to order that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no possessing or consuming any alcohol. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Okay, go ahead and grab that to your left and take a seat.
Yep.
Dazen Prince to the podium and Hector Martinez to the chair, please.
You're pronouncing the whole name wrong. It's Dazen Price.
Thank you. May I have your name and your date of birth?
08/23/94, sir.
Thank you. We are here today on 3 different cases. The first is a probation violation warrant for violating terms 1, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 21, and 22 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a $1,500 secured bond. We're also here today on 2 Justice Court cases, one out of the Ironwood Justice Court and one out of the Desert Ridge Justice Court. I am going to appoint you an attorney to represent you in both of those cases. I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the Desert Ridge Justice Court on March 18th at 8:30 and another arraignment hearing the day after in the Ironwood Justice Court on March 19th at 8:30. I am going to set a secured bond in both cases. It's a $500 bond on the Desert Ridge Justice Court case and a $250 bond on the Ironwood Justice case. So you have a total bond of $2,250. If you do post bond, you'll have the same release conditions in all 3 matters. I'm ordering that you not have any contact with the arresting officers, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
The only question is, all that together, that big number is for all 3?
2,250. That's for all 3 cases.
Now, can that be paid online? Is that all cash and at all different parts? Because that's 2 different. That's 3 different.
So that can all be posted
places.
through the bonding company in the 4th Avenue jail. You can post that yourself, or you can go through a bonding company.
Okay. No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, well, how about if I just already, it's like family already got the money
They can-
as
they
well,
can
so
pay
it
that
just
too.
can't, but I mean, do they gotta go to all 3 different parts to pay for that for me to be able to get out?
There's a bonding department in the 4th Avenue Jail. You can contact them and pay them.
All right, thank you.
Not a problem. Grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Hector Martinez to the podium, and Lydia Porras to the chair, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Hector Lorenzo Martinez III,
And your date of birth.
3595.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3, 4, and 5 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st. That's at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond of the warrant. That's a $1,000 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 24 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. So what about the court I already have for that on March 17th, on this Monday?
What court case is in the top part of that?
CR 2018-002288-001.
Give me 1 second here.
That's what I got for next Monday, so I was asking if it's possible if I could get an OR, because I just got in completing the sentence of 365 in Salvador Department of Corrections. I got all my paperwork due to the fact I couldn't go to all my court dates was due to the fact I was incarcerated. So I'm requesting if I could at least show and appear for this, because due to the fact I was incarcerated for all these other court dates I missed. So I'm trying to prove to you guys in the court system.
Give me 1 second here, okay?
You got this copy too, because I got the original copy right here.
Oh, no, I can bring it up.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
And like I said, I've been staying in contact with the defense advocate's office and the clerk, the Superior Court, during the whole incarceration time.
Give me just 1 second.
Okay,
to
sorry
look
about
through
that, sir.
No,
Sorry
you're
about
fine. I just can't listen to you and read.
Yeah, sorry about that, sir.
Are we able to change the probation revocation to the hearing that's already set? There's one set on the 17th. There's a disposition and arraignment hearing already set on the 17th. Can we just affirm those dates, or is the system going to knock that out?
No, well,
Because on the same CR number, there's already hearings set.
I'm not sure.
It's not a big deal either way. They can vacate our dates at the next hearing if that's needed, but.
Yeah, I can go on.
Okay, don't worry about it. So, sir, I do see that you do have a hearing on the 17th. What I am looking at here is that you filed your own motion to quash the warrant. The judge assigned to your probation case did rule on that and actually denied your motion, but did set that conference that's on Monday, the 17th.
Yeah.
From what I'm looking at here, it was the judge assigned to your case's intent to keep this warrant active. So I will go ahead and still affirm the bond that was in that warrant, since that was your judge's intent here. But I will go ahead and that hearing on the 17th will still take place. The issue is because we're seeing you on this warrant today, our system automatically is going to set that next hearing date as the 21st. That doesn't get rid of your hearing on the 17th. It's going to be a duplicate hearing. I'll try to make sure to let the assigned judge know that you now have duplicate hearings. They should be able just to vacate that 21st hearing on Monday when you go back in front of that judge, because nothing I'm doing today is affecting that hearing on Monday. It's already been set. I don't have the power to get rid of it. Only your assigned judge does. So at this point in time, I'm going to affirm the order of $1,000 secured bond, but you will have a hearing on Monday the 17th.
Okay, so like I said, I already missed like 4 or 5 due to the fact I was incarcerated, so there ain't no way you could OR me so I could at least make it to this to show, because like I said, I even wrote I got letters, copies are here that I wrote.
So releasing you on your own recognizance or keeping you in custody isn't going to stop you from going to court on Monday. If you're in custody on this $1,000 bond and you're still in custody, they will transport you on Monday.
Yeah, but like I said, I've been incarcerated already for 365 days.
I understand that. But the
So
issue,
that
the issue
don't
is there is
count?
an active warrant for your arrest for violating probation.
Okay.
So,
if
and you filed a motion to quash this warrant, and the judge assigned to your case denied your motion.
Yeah,
So I'm not gonna override your assigned judge's decision there. Your assigned judge already reviewed your motion and denied it.
Yeah, it was.
So I'm not gonna release you today because it was your judge's intent to keep you with this warrant going.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna affirm that warrant amount, the bond in the warrant, which is $1,000 secured,
Okay.
but you will still have a hearing on Monday.
So can I pay for that bond with my own money?
You can.
So what if I got my credit card with me?
So they won't like you to give you access to your credit cards, but you can go through a bonding company, or if you have someone who's not in custody, they can post that bond on your behalf.
So what if
They'll
I don't
let you
have?
know more information when you get back to processing the methods in actually posting that bond. The detention officers will let you know that whole process. But generally speaking, you either have to go through a bonding company or someone has to post that. If you had cash on you, they could use cash, but likely they won't give you access to your cards.
Yeah. So they can't do it themselves if I give them permission to use my card?
No.
Okay.
Likely not. Like I said, though, talk to the DOs back there. They have far more information about posting.
Okay, so
bond.
hypothetically speaking, so what if I don't have no family members that are able to help me?
If you're not able to post that bond, then you will remain in custody until your next hearing.
All right, thank you, sir.
Grab your paperwork and take a seat. Lydia Porras to the podium, and Jose Hernandez to the chair, please.
Hello.
Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
I'm sorry?
Your name and date of birth.
It's Lydia Porras, 4/1879.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. The first is a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of criminal trespassing in the first degree, which is a Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. We're also here today on a Term 1 probation violation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in that case as well. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st at 8:30, also in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond on both of these matters in the amount of $500. That's $1,000 total. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not have contact with any of the arresting officers, no returning to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release.
Okay,
All
good.
that's going to be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yes, I do. I have, right off the bat, I have permission from Jesus, the owner of the house, to be in the house.
So that's a question, that's a
Yeah, I
statement
just
you're going to
wanted to
have
say
to
one more
discuss
thing.
with your attorney.
Okay, just one
Anything
more
that you
thing.
talk about in court today about the alleged facts of this case is being
Okay.
recorded, and
All
any
right.
of it could be used against you if you talk about the facts.
Okay,
I would suggest talking with your attorney about the facts before stating anything in court.
Okay, this is, all right, regarding something else, I'm disabled physically, mentally, and emotionally. I was wondering if you could just please release me back. I am on standard probation, and this is not a violation yet because this will be a new case. And
Two things.
Yeah.
The answer to that is no, I'm not going to release you on
Uh-huh.
your own recognizance. And second, a violation of probation includes committing new alleged offenses. So your
Right.
probation violation today is because you were arrested on new charges. So talk with your attorney about what all this means. I am appointing one to represent you.
Okay,
Go
can
ahead
you
and grab
please
your
reduce
paperwork
the
to your
bond
left.
then, because I'm on disability, SSI disability.
Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Thank you.
Jose Hernandez to the podium and Robert Parasio to the chair, please. Jose Hernandez. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jose Hernandez, 51080.
Thank you. We are here today on three different cases. They are all three probation violation warrants for violating terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney on each of these cases. I'm setting them all for a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bonds in the warrant. It's a $500 bond on the first case and then a $250 bond on the second two cases. So that's a total bond of $1,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat. Robert Paresso to the podium and Harley Buckelu to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Robert Pereso, 1969, 5/13/1969.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court new case out of the Desert Ridge Justice Court. You were arrested on allegations of shoplifting, removal of goods, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the Desert Ridge Justice Court on March 18th at 8:30. I am going to set a secured bond today in the amount of $250. It is my understanding that you're being held non-bondable in another case, so don't post bond on this one. But I'm setting a bond so that you get credit for time served while you're here on the others.
Thank you.
All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, I get sentenced on April 1st. Is this gonna affect that, or?
So once you get sentenced and you're no longer non-bondable, you can just post this bond and be released.
No, I already got sentenced. I'm gonna get sentenced to DOC.
Okay, then this bond will just stay there and you'll continue
So
to
I
get
just
credit.
so when I go to the court on March 18th, do you want me to just tell the judge I got sentencing on the 1st?
Let your attorney know about that before you say anything to the court, because I'm appointing you an attorney, and your attorney will know what to do.
March 18th.
Correct.
Thank you.
No problem. Harley Bakelu to the podium, and Israel Salazar to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Harley J. Buffalo.
Your
July
date of birth?
17th, 1993.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you. I am setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond, the warrant. That's a cash bond in the amount of $500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
When is it?
The next hearing's on the 20th, so that's in 6 days.
6 days?
Correct.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Israel Salazar to the podium and Jose Sanchez to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Israel Salazar, 11378.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3, 4, 5, 7, and 15 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond of the warrant. That's a $250 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Jose Sanchez to the podium and Amber Height to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jose Luis Sanchez,
Your date of birth?
November 28, 1987.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in this case. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond of the warrant. That's a $250 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Amber Height to the podium, and Keithan Sandoval to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Amber Dawn Height, 11/24/97.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 21st at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond of the warrant. That's a $250 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Keithan Sandoval to the podium, and Roy Sharp to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Keithan Sandoval, February 5th, 1993.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You are charged with 1 count of aggravated assault, temporary disfigurement, which is a Class 4 felony. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I'm setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. Now, I did have a question for you just to make sure that I know everything before I make your release conditions. I did have a note here that you were transferred from the Salt River Department of Corrections. Are you serving a bond or any time there?
No.
They just transferred you over here? Okay. So give me 1 second here. I'm going to change a couple of things. So it's going to change your paperwork just a little bit. Your next hearing is actually going to be on March 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services today on this case. You're going to get an envelope with details on pretrial release. Make sure that you read through that. As a part of your release, I am ordering that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and take a seat. I'm going to have to reprint your paperwork. They'll bring it out to you in just a second.
Thank you, sir.
Roy Sharp to the podium. That's good. And then Emily Quiones to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Roy K. Sharp, 3/21/90.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You are charged with 1 count of disorderly conduct with a weapon, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of threatening or intimidating with injury or damage to property, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a status conference on March 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today to the supervision of pretrial services. I'm also ordering as a term of your release that they install an ankle monitor on you prior to your release. As a part of your release, I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
He would, even this last day or so, I've been trying to help him out, and he's the one that harassed me, and I've got scars, and he's the one that punched that hole in the wall. That's why I was kind of asking.
So there's probably a lot of moving parts here. I'm not here on any case against him, so I don't know any information about him. We're here just on an arrest warrant. You were already charged with this information, so we're here on the warrant for your arrest.
And the reason I had the warrant is because I was already in custody, and I was already doing rehab and everything.
So at this point, I'm not going to hold you. I'm going to release you to pretrial services. I'm going to have them install an ankle monitor on you just because I don't want you having any contact with this individual.
No, I've cut all, as of 3 days ago, I've cut all contact with him.
Continue with that going forward, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead and grab your paperwork.
How long will that ankle monitor be on?
So they have to install it on you before release. I don't know if there's anybody available yet tonight. If it's not tonight, it'll be tomorrow morning.
Okay, no, how long will it be on?
Oh, until the court orders it to be taken off.
Okay, what can I do about getting that? I still need that, Veterans Court.
Yeah, so that'll be something that's a little bit further down the line. Veterans Court is post-adjudication. So at this point, we're still at the very beginning of your case.
Well, not just because of this case. I have a past that I'm trying to clean up.
So talk with your attorney about that. Your attorney will know a lot about Veterans Court, okay?
Yes, sir.
No problem. Grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Thank you.
Emily Quinones to the podium. And then DeMarcus Grundy to the chair, please. Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Yes, Emily Quinones, 4/24/93.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant under the West Mesa Justice Court. It's for a post-adjudication warrant on a case involving DUI.
So what does that mean? I don't mean to interrupt you, but I don't know what that means.
I'll get there in just a second. So it's a DUI case, meaning it's a post-adjudication. So there's probably something about your plea agreement or deal that you entered in on this that you're not meeting at this point in time, whether it's a fine or a fee
I think it
or
might
something
be a
along
fine.
those lines. That's what a post-adjudication means. It's It's after everything's been adjudicated.
Okay, I was about to say, I already did my time and everything for this. I was so confused.
Because of that, I'm not appointing you an attorney at this point in time, but you can hire one to represent you if you'd like.
Okay, I have one.
I am setting an arraignment hearing in the West Mesa Justice Court on April 1st at 8:30, and I will release you on your own recognizance. That's just a promise to appear at that next court date.
Okay.
As a part of your release, I am ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license.
Okay, I don't have a car. I gave that up a long time ago.
Do you have any questions?
No, so my mom doesn't have to pay bail or anything, because she came up here to pay bail just in case.
I'm releasing you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor, I appreciate that.
Grab your paperwork and take a seat. DeMarcus Grundy to the podium, and Robert Diaz to the chair, please.
Sorry, Ron.
That's all right. May I have your name and date of birth?
DeMarcus, last name Grundy, 080393.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of narcotic drug possession for sale, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I'm only finding probable cause as to the drug paraphernalia allegation, not as to possession for sale. I was not provided with enough information for that allegation. Doesn't necessarily mean that goes away. The state could still charge you with something like that or similar down the line, but I'm just finding probable cause for the paraphernalia allegation. I will appoint you an attorney, so talk with your attorney about what that means moving forward. I am setting a status conference on March 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. So you're going to get an envelope as you leave court today that has details on pretrial release. Make sure you read through that. As a part of your release, I'm also ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left from the detention officer and then take a seat.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll get your paperwork in just a minute.
Robert Diaz to the podium, and then Jesus Felix to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Robert Diaz, 8/24/95.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of drug paraphernalia, Class 5 felony, and narcotic drug possession, Class 5 felony. You were arrested on those allegations, but the proper level, it should be drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and then narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony. So just, your attorney will give you more information about that at the next hearing. I am going to appoint you an attorney to represent you. I'm setting a status conference on March 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date.
Okay.
As a part of your release, I am going to order that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license.
Okay.
All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Oh, actually, I do. When is my next court date?
It's on the paperwork. It's going to be on the 28th.
Okay, thank you.
And do we have our interpreter on the line?
Yes, this is interpreter ID 386593, Anna with Language Line Solutions, ANA.
Thank you. And are you prepared to interpret for a Spanish matter? I'm sorry, on a legal matter?
Yes.
Thank you. Let's go ahead and get started. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Muy buenas noches, señor. ¿Me puede dar su nombre y fecha de nacimiento?
Jesús Azueta Félix, 10/11/85.
Azueta Félix, 10/11/85.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case.
Gracias. Estamos el día de hoy acá en el Tribunal Superior en su caso.
You were arrested on allegations of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony.
Estuvo usted arrestado por posesión de una arma en una persona ilegal. Es una felonía clase 4.
Resisting arrest, passive resistance, a Class 1 misdemeanor.
Por resistir arresto o rehusarse a ser arrestado con cuenta de una detención.
And one count of failing to obey a police officer, a Class 2 misdemeanor.
Y una cuenta por fallar a obedecer a un oficial de policía, y esta es una clase 1. ¿Okay?
I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney.
voy a encontrar causa probable y le vamos a poner un abogado.
I am setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court.
That was March 20 at 8:30.
Yes.
Thank you. Le voy a poner, digamos, una fecha para el 20 de marzo a las 8:30 en la Tribunal Superior del Centro de la ciudad, downtown.
I am setting a secured bond today in the amount of $25,000.
Le voy a poner una fianza segura el día de hoy por la cantidad de $25,000.
I'm also ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community.
También le voy a ordenar que tenga servicios antes de esta fecha de tribunal para que trabaje en la comunidad.
And that they also install an ankle monitor on you prior to release.
Y que también le pongan un grillete en el tobillo antes de que lo liberen.
I'm also going to order that you not possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription.
También le voy a ordenar que no tenga posesión de ninguna arma ni droga sin una receta válida.
All of this will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Todo esto va a aparecer en su papeleo. ¿Tiene preguntas?
No, está bien.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to the left and have a seat.
Agarre su papeleo que está a la izquierda y tome asiento.
Olin Lopez to the podium.
Español.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Buenas noches, señor. ¿Me puede dar su nombre y fecha de nacimiento?
Olain Guillermo Murrieta López, 8 de mayo de 1993.
¿Me repite el nombre, por favor?
Olain Guillermo Murrieta López.
Gracias. Olain Guillermo Murrieta López, May 8th of 95.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case.
Gracias. Estamos el día de hoy en el Tribunal Superior en el caso civil.
You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony.
Estuvo arrestado por la posesión de drogas peligrosas, una felonía clase 4.
And one count of resisting arrest, Class 1 misdemeanor.
Y un contado de haber resistido el arresto, que es clase 1 por falta.
I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney.
Voy a encontrar una causa probable y le vamos a poner un abogado.
I am setting a status conference on March 28th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court.
Le pondré una junta de estatus
¿Perdón?
Sorry, can you repeat that date?
Sure, it's March 28th at 8:30.
Thank you very much. Va a ser la junta para 28 de marzo a las 8:30 en la Corte Superior del centro de la ciudad, downtown.
Okay. I am going to release you on your own recognizance today.
Lo voy a liberar a usted el día de hoy.
Okay. I am also ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription.
Le estaré ordenando que no tenga posesión de ninguna droga sin una receta válida.
Okay. And no driving without a driver's license.
Y también no puede conducir sin tener una licencia de conducir.
Okay. All of this will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Todo esto saldrá en su papeleo. ¿Tiene preguntas?
Está bien. Gracias.
Fine, thank you.
Thank you. Grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Gracias. Agarre su papeleo a la izquierda y tome asiento.
Diego Ochoa Miranda to the podium. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Diego Ochoa.
¿Me puede dar
Go ahead for our
la
interpreter.
por favor?
Mayo 31 de 1994, Diego Ochoa.
Diego Ochoa, May 31, 1994.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case.
Gracias. Estamos aquí en el Tribunal Superior en su caso.
You were arrested on allegations of aggravated assault entering a residence, a Class 6 felony.
Usted fue arrestado por asalto agravado de entrar a una residencia que es una felonía de clase 6.
One count of criminal trespassing, Class 6 felony.
Esto tiene un cuento de traspaso de propiedad que es felonía clase 1.
And one count of criminal damage, Class 2 misdemeanor.
Y una cuenta de daño criminal que es una falla clase 2.
I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney.
Encontraré causa probable y le asignaremos un abogado.
I am setting a status conference on March 28th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court.
Le haré una junta por estatus el 28 de marzo a las 8:30 de la mañana en los tribunales superiores del centro de la ciudad o downtown.
I am going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services.
Lo estaré liberando bajo la supervisión de servicios preensayos. Go ahead.
¿Preensayo? ¿Cómo es eso?
What is
Oh,
pretrial?
okay.
So you're going to get an envelope that explains what pretrial services is.
Usted recibirá un sobre que le va a explicar qué son estos ensayos previos.
Okay.
As a part of your release, I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of the alleged crime.
Como parte de esta liberación, le ordeno que no regrese a la escena donde sucedió ese crimen.
No contact with any victim, complainant, or witness.
No debe tener contacto con ninguna víctima, nadie que haya puesto la queja, ninguna ni nadie que viva ahí.
Okay.
No weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
No armas, no drogas y no alcohol.
And you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued.
Usted debe de seguir cualquier orden, debe de hacer caso a cualquier orden de protección o de acoso que se le pongan en contra.
All of this will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Todo esto estará en su papeleo también. ¿Tiene preguntas?
Ahorita, para salir ahorita, ¿qué ocuparía?
To get out right now, what do I need?
So they're gonna process you for release. I don't know if it'll be tonight or tomorrow morning, but I'm releasing you.
Lo van a procesar para liberarlo. No sé si será esta misma noche o mañana por la mañana, pero yo le ordeno la liberación.
Okay. Gracias.
Right? Thank you.
Thank you. Grab your paperwork and then take a seat.
Gracias. Tome su papeleo y tome asiento.
And thank you to our interpreter. That was the only ones we needed you on. Feel free to disconnect at any time.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for using our services. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Can you write that number 10? And officer, is there a reason why number 10, Mr. Woodall, cannot be brought to court today?
Yes, they are a danger to others.
Okay, I will find that he's a danger to himself or others. If you were brought to court, I will conduct his initial appearance at his cell. We're here today on a Superior Court new case, arrested on allegations of aggravated assault of a healthcare professional, Class 6 felony, false reporting to law enforcement, Class 1 misdemeanor, and threatening or intimidating with injury or damage to property, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint an attorney, set a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I will issue a secured bond in the amount of $2,500 with pretrial services supervision. I will review his paperwork with him at his cell and provide him with a written copy. If I do need to make any modifications or changes, I'll do so either on the record or in writing. And officer, I did have to reprint that house calls paperwork, if we could just make sure to switch that out.
Sounds good.
That does conclude the 8 p.m. calendar. We will stand in recess until 11 p.m.
Okay.
All right.
Everyone, please be seated. Thank you, appreciate a different message. By the way, do you mind, officer? I have quite several people charged with the same thing. Do you mind if I bring them out at the same time? Is there a security issue with me doing that?
I probably wouldn't have the paperwork ready.
What?
Probably wouldn't have the paperwork all ready for them.
It's all right. Yeah. If it's, I'll just do like 3 at a time for those. There are about 7 of them, okay?
All right.
Okay, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Thanks so much. Okay. Good evening, everybody. It's the 11 o'clock calendar. It is March 14th, 2025. I would tell you the court orders for taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters of this calendar. When I call your name, you'll stand by the behind the podium and give me your name and your date of birth. All right, and I will tell you your release some of your release conditions. The rest of all your release conditions will be on your paperwork. It'll be your responsibility to read them and understand them. At a minimum, it'll be no drugs without a valid prescription, and also don't drive without a valid driver's license. If I set a security appearance bond for you, you can go to a bonding company. On some of the walls are a list of bonding companies. They do collect calls, from what I understand. If you can't see them on the walls, you can ask one of the officers to give you numbers. All right? Okay, let's start with Leonard Jenkins. No interpreter matters? And house calls? I didn't check.
2 house.
Oh, okay. So your name and date of birth, please?
7173 Leonard Jenkins.
Okay. Give me 1 second, I'll be right with you. That's right, you were extradited from the state of Washington.
That's right.
All right, so you have a warrant out of Superior Court on 1 count of transportation and or sale, well, 2, actually, yeah, 1 count of transportation or sale of narcotic drugs, and another count of attempted transportation and or sale of narcotic drugs. You already have an attorney. And your next court date is March 24th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. Obviously, do not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. I would note that your judge made a finding in regard to this. She failed to appear at sentencing in regard to it. So he made a ruling pursuant to Rule 7.2C of the Arizona Rules of Criminal Procedure. You'll be held without bond. That's the finding of your judge. All right, step to your left, please.
That's it.
222. This is Vic. I'm going to take her out of order. 22. Give me 1 second here. Okay, this number is Ronnie Renteria.
Hello, sir.
Okay. So your name and date of birth, please?
Ronnie Renteria, 10/18/1999.
All right, sir, you were charged with child abuse, Class 2 felony, endangerment, Class 6 felony, racing or exhibition of speed, Class 1 misdemeanor, exceeding posted speed limit by more than 20 miles per hour, and reckless driving, Class 1 misdemeanor.
I find at this point, I do not find, I can appoint an attorney for you. You can try to hire your own attorney. If you can't if you can't hire your own attorney, you can always ask your assigned judge to appoint one for you, but no promises whether he or she will do so. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Your next court dates will be on March 28th at 8:30 for a status conference and a witness preliminary hearing at this point scheduled on April 1st at 8:30. Okay, and it's my understanding one of the alleged victims is present, and give me 1 second. Ms. Salgado, you want to give us your name, please?
Can you hear me?
Just speak a little louder, just in case.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm Laura Salgado.
Your name?
Oh, Laura Salgado.
Okay, what would you like to say?
I would like to say that he was not racing and that I can witness that he was not going more than 92 miles per hour.
I'm having trouble understanding you, though.
I said that I want to say that I witnessed that he was not racing.
Okay.
And that I did not feel endangered when he was driving.
Okay. Well, and I saw your note that he has never harmed you. Okay. The issues you brought up, by the way, will be something we determined at trial if you wish to have one trial. I do want to make a little statement in regard to victims' rights, by the way, also. If a person is a victim of a crime with a case pending for the court, you advise you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's lawyer, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution for a person who's been convicted of causing your loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the County Attorney's Office, and you are giving your piece in regard to release conditions. So that part has been met, but you have the right to be present at all court proceedings. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Sir, what I'm going to do, you can be released to pretrial services. So you'll be getting out in several hours. The officer will have a packet for you. You'll have to read them and understand them, because you'll be responsible for contacting pretrial services, all right? And if you don't keep in contact with them and follow the rules, they'll probably ask that a warrant be issued. So at this point, you'll be getting out within a few hours, okay? All right.
Thank you, sir.
Step over there, you'll get the paperwork in a second, okay? You're good to go now. John Brown. Good evening. Oh, sorry. Give me the chair's so low. You can see me though, right? And I can't figure out how the chair moves, and so it's
that time of night.
Really,
I understand.
And it's really low, and I'll just leave it as it is. I've never seen it this low. That's all right. We'll do it later. Okay. All right. You gave me your name and date of birth, did you?
John Brown, 11/22/1996, sir.
Okay. You've got a situation, by the way. You have a grand jury warrant. That's why you don't know anything about it. It's done not publicly, okay? And I'm appointing a lawyer for you. And I want to explain certain things to you, what the charges are. 2 counts of fraudulent schemes and artifices, a Class 2 felony. 2 counts of aggravated taking the identity of another with a $1,000 loss, Class 3 felony. 2 counts of forgery, Class 4 felony. 2 counts of taking the identity of another, Class 4 felonies. It's like 2 counts. So one of each of those 4 is alleged to have occurred on or about April 25th, and the other 4 are alleged to have occurred on August 6th, 2024, okay? And the reason I make that, I'll tell you why I make that decision, and give me one,
Can I?
hold on one second, I just want to just double check one thing. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not sure if you read the Cliff Notes yet.
Could you talk a little louder?
I'm not sure if you read the Cliff Notes yet because.
No, let me explain something to you in regard to that. In grand jury indictments, I don't get any information about some of the allegations in the case. So I don't know anything. Because based on indictment, the grand jury found probable cause.
Okay.
So this is when you'll talk to your lawyer about things, okay? And this is not your trial date. Just one second. And this is addressed for you and everybody else. I can hear you if you stand up. You don't have to. Obviously, everything is being recorded today, and it's not a trial. All it is a situation where bond is being set or has already been set by another judge. And if you say something about your case, the prosecutors can get a copy of the recording and use it against you at a later court date. All right? And I will tell you, I've been on the bench for many years, and especially when I was doing my trial calendar, people would start making statements and thinking that it's really helpful, and their lawyers would grimace because it doesn't help them in most cases. So I can't stop people from talking, but I just want to let people know it may not be the best thing, all right?
Yes, sir.
And as in your case, since it's based on a grand jury indictment, this court always follows the recommendations of grand jury indictments. Now, pursuant to Rule 7.2b, another judge has already made a finding that you be held without bond on the basis that there's probable cause to believe you've committed a felony offense while out on release for other ones. Now, this is where it's tricky. In regard to, you initialed on May 1st, 2024 in CR 2024-120360. And so, in regard to the acts that are alleged to have occurred on August 6th, you would have been out, it would have been out on release for another felony. So in regard to those four, you would have held without bond. All right. I'm appointing a lawyer for you, and that's someone you'll be talking to. Your arraignment hearing, arraignment, be 175 West Madison Street at 8:30 in the morning on March 21st. Now, you can have an evidentiary hearing on March 21st at 1:30, same building, and your lawyer will explain this to you, and then you'll have an evidentiary hearing to determine whether bond can be set at that time. So when you meet with your lawyer, he or she will go over everything with you. But at this point, based on the finding of the other court, you have to be held without bond at this time. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, well, obviously you obviously didn't have access to the Cliff Notes.
No.
So
I know in my Cliff Notes, generally we have what's called the Form 4 where you read it. No, I don't have any information about it. And remember, because this is done in a closed proceeding.
Right. So I actually was supposed to be sentenced today for the crime that was committed on April 29th.
The issue is that
I was
when you were released on the other old charge.
No, I understand what's going on.
I'm
just trying to help you understand because my lawyer told me to inform you what's going on at my court date earlier. So I was supposed to be sentenced this morning. Mm-hmm. When I walked into court, they presented a new warrant, which is this case.
But I will tell you this, even if you had been sentenced this morning, just say for the sake of argument, it would have changed the fact that you're alleged to have committed this offense some of these offenses in August while you were out on release for another one.
So I talked to the investigator, and they showed me August. The investigator of my case, he agreed that wasn't me. So the August,
I can't.
I know you have no control. That's why I'm just informing you.
And I'm assuming you're probably going to get the same lawyers you have now.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I already have a lawyer, and this court is this case is supposed to go to the same judge because it's all going to be
probably.
No, that's what was decided earlier
I know.
this morning.
I'm just saying you can never know. Maybe a different court and then it gets shifted over. That's another possibility.
Right. But the April 25th and the April 29th is the same crime. It's not
No.
crime.
4 considered to have occurred on April 25th.
It's the same crime.
The rest on August 6th.
So once again, the August 6th has nothing to do with me. But as of right now, it does. but
Yeah, I know.
when I go to court next,
Talk to your lawyer about it.
yeah,
okay?
exactly.
All right, why don't you step over there, and I'll be with you. Good luck, sir. William Wilder. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
William Joseph Wilder, 7/30/84.
Okay, you got three matters before me. Let me just move over here. All right, let's start with CR 2023-100566. You're here on a bench warrant on a theft of means of transportation. You already have a lawyer. You'll be having a status conference at 201 West Jefferson on March 17th, which is just a couple of days from now, at 8:30 in the morning. And another, your judge set bond the amount of a cash bond of $5,000. Okay, and then on 2024-007832, you have also have a grand jury indictment, a warrant. Okay, same thing. You probably wouldn't have known anything about it because it's not open until you're served. I have to change one thing here. Okay, sir, are you working?
Yes, I do.
Okay, one second.
And then I also have
Let me just check.
girl too.
Let me see, it must be on the other one that we have is.
The situation.
One second, sir.
All right. Okay. It's confusing.
No, let me just, yeah. I'm appointing a lawyer for you also.
Another lawyer?
On the new charge, by the to
this new charge. Can you tell me the date of the new charge?
Sir, if I don't do it, I want to make sure it's in there right, okay? To avoid issues for you, okay? All right, so on this one, your list, it's theft of means of transportation, it's grand jury warrant. Your not guilty arraignment will be at 175 West Madison on March 21st at 8:30. You're not to initiate contact with any alleged victims. No drugs without a valid prescription. Another judge, upon the return of the warrant, set bond for you in a secured appearance bond in the amount of $10,000. So you can go to a bondsman on that, just not on the other one. Now here's the other one.
Hold up, okay.
Hold 1 second, sir. New case, 2025-112042.
This is all.
The incident.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The incident allegedly happening on a bus is charging you with aggravated assault. Said class 6 felony. I guess I do not find probable cause in regard to that. Doesn't mean you won't be charged with something in regard to that. But at this stage, I don't find probable cause because if I had, sir, pursuant to Rule 7.2B, you'd be held without bond. But
I'm being held without bond.
I'm going to get this in eventually, if you let me. So as a result, sir, instead of being held non-bondable, you'll be released on this charge. So you have the other two bonds.
But I was released on the first charge on OR, and I should be released on the other one on OR, right?
No.
Why
All right. On this new one, which I don't find probable cause, you release your known recognizance. One on the bench warrant, it's a $5,000 cash bond.
The lawyer stated to me.
Sir, why do you keep interrupting me?
Sorry.
I'm going to say it one more time, and notice step there. And the other one, a grand jury indictment, another judge said bond is a secured appearance bond, which both a bondsman of $10,000. Step to your left, please.
So what does that mean then?
You go for bondsman on $10,000 warrant.
I don't have that money.
All right, you keep interrupting, sir. Read your paperwork, because you won't let me talk.
Can you look at the dates on these charges? The charges are off from 4 years ago. I've been going to court every 2 or 3 months for the same charge.
No, sir, first of all, I'll give you this benefit of this. The grand jury indictment is from January 4th, 2023.
23?
The grand jury indictment, I'm sorry, is from 10/27/22.
And the other one was indicted on my court.
You keep interrupting. Just the officer, take him back there.
Sir, you're not looking at the dates right. The dates are all wrong.
Talk to your lawyer about that.
March 12th, I was not even here.
Francisco Romero. Well,
You appointing an attorney for the grand
oh, I didn't sign it then. Okay, which one was it?
26.
Oh, I didn't change it, okay. Did you go through? Good. And the other ones are okay, right? Okay. Francisco Romero?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, didn't see you come in. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Francisco Romero, 12/17/87.
All right, so you got a warrant out of Navajo County Superior Court, so it's on a probation violation, okay? And your next court date will be Navajo County Superior Court. The address will be on the paperwork, and if you don't post bond, they'll transport you, or they'll pick you up, okay? If you get out, contact the probation officer within 72 hours. You can't possess any weapons, consume any alcohol, or no drugs without a valid prescription. Bond is in the amount of $1,000 secured appearance bond. So if you get out, contact the probation officer and make it to court. All right, step to your left. Heriberto Ibarra. All right, so your name and date of birth, please?
Heriberto Ibarra, November 13, 1985.
All right, you got a warrant out of Peoria City Court. That warrant is for 2 years ago, in January of 2023, on disorderly conduct. I guess it's domestic violence case. Your court date will be Peoria City Court. The address will be on your paperwork. March 18th at 9 o'clock in the morning. No contact. You're not to initiate contact with the alleged victim. And bond was set at that court in the amount of a cash bond of $700. If you post your bond, you better make it to court. Step to your left.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Actually, all that happened for me not going to court. Something getting a warrant was because we had like the problems, and I ended up homeless. That's how I ended up doing contact.
Sorry,
no, but right now I have my girlfriend's pregnant, and I'm the only one working.
Well, sir, then you should have gone to court.
She's the same person from the case.
I'm saying you should have taken care of it sooner.
Yeah.
And so results you got picked up. All right, step to your left, please. Taylor Easley. All right. Good evening. Your name and date of birth, please.
Taylor Easley, May 29, 2000.
Are you on a probation violation? I guess you're on probation for possession of drug paraphernalia. You're alleged to have violated terms 3 and 5. I appoint a lawyer for you. Your probation revocation arraignment hearing will be at 201 West Jefferson at 8:30 on March 21st. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. Can't possess any weapons, can't possess or consume any alcohol, and you have to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Another judge there has already set bond for you in the amount of $500 secured appearance bond. So you post your bond, make sure you show up for court, and contact your probation officer. Step to your left, please. Devin Rowe. Your name and date of birth.
My name is Devin Michael Rowe. My birthday is June 4th, 2000.
Okay, you have 2 matters before me. Both are bench warrants. First, let's start with 2023 134-818. It's possession of dangerous drugs. You already have a lawyer on the case. You'll have actually, it must be a probation, based on probation, that's right. You have a disposition hearing on March 21st at 201 West Jefferson, 8:30 in the morning.
The 21st or the 31st, sir?
21st.
Oh, I thought it was the 31st. Well,
it might have been originally, but now it's the 21st, so it's even sooner.
Okay.
I want to add one thing here. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. You're not to possess any weapons. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and no alcohol.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's one of them. Then we have the other one, it's CR 2020-120182. Likewise, separate disposition hearing. So let me make that additions. Actually, I may have to go back to the first one in a second, because I'm appointing a lawyer for you on both. It's a lot of the same conditions, you know, same lawyer, same court date. Can't contact your probation officer within 72 hours. On this one, bond will be $250, and as I indicated, March 21st at 8:30 for disposition hearing. And the other one, yeah, I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Let me just double check, make sure it's in there properly. Yeah. Okay, so its total bond, let's go over each one, is $500 on the 2023 one, and $250 on the other one, so a total of $750 secured appearance bond, so you can go to a bonding company. All right, step to your left, please. Cesar Garcia.
Hello, Your Honor.
All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Cesar Garcia, 7891.
Have you seen a Mesa judge yet?
No, Your Honor, I haven't.
That's probably tomorrow morning, probably about 8:30 out at Mesa.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I'm.
Okay, you probably have to see a Mesa judge tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Because no matter what I do here, it doesn't change the fact you have to stay in regard to Mesa.
Well, but I'm sorry, I don't mean to.
No, go ahead, no, all right.
It does matter in the sense that where they can give me a bond and I'd be able to.
Well, they can set a bond here. I'm just telling you, no matter what happens here, you still got to sit. But,
Yeah, no, I understand. I know what you mean.
Okay. You've got a new case of criminal trespass in the first degree, class 6 felony, criminal trespass in the second degree. All right. Sir, you'll have a status conference on March 20th at 8:30. A witness preliminary hearing scheduled on March 24th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison. I've looked at your record. You do have 6 felony priors. You cannot return to the scene of alleged crime. You cannot initiate contact when the alleged complainer or witness. Bond will be set at a secured appearance bond of $250. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I got a problem with that, Your Honor. So when I was here, I guess there was a situation. When I was brought here, there was a situation where they thought the money. I guess the Phoenix Police Station was notified that the money machine didn't work, so they didn't bring my money with me. So
okay, I have nothing to.
Yeah, I know, but can you understand that?
No, let me say this. So what you're saying, you have money in your property. You know, that happens, I hear that a lot. I can't do anything about it. I have no power in regards to that. Your lawyer can talk to the police department, see if we get released. Okay, I have no power over that.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, so you're sending me a bond
of $250, secured appearance bond, but you also have to see the Mesa judge tomorrow morning.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. As I said, sir, as far as I'm concerned, I can't not do anything in regard to that aspect. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Winona Chi. Your name and date of birth, please.
Winona Chi, December 22nd, 1989.
You're charged with criminal trespass in the first degree, a class 6 felony. I appoint a lawyer for you. Your next court dates will be at March 28th at 8:30 for a status conference, and a witness preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30 at 175 West Madison Street in Phoenix. You cannot return to the scene of alleged crime. You cannot initiate contact with any alleged complainer or witness. I'm releasing you to pretrial services, so you'll get a packet, read it carefully, make sure you understand it, so you can contact them. Make sure you're in compliance with pretrial services, or else a warrant can issue. All right?
All right.
So you'll be getting out in a few hours.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Lariston Charlie.
Yes, sir.
Your name and date of birth.
Lariston Charlie, 8/11/81.
All right, sir, you're also charged with criminal trespass in the first degree, class 6 felony. appointing a lawyer for you. Likewise, do not lose your paperwork. You'll have your status conference at 175 West Madison Street on March 28th at 8:30. Witness preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30. Do not return to scene of alleged crime. Don't initiate contact with any alleged complainant or witness. Do not have any contact with any co-defendant. But I also release you to pretrial services. Read your packets. You understand what you've got to do. You've got to be in contact with pretrial services and be in compliance with them, or else a warrant can issue for you. All right?
Okay.
So likewise, you'll be getting out in a few hours.
Okay,
All right? Step to your left.
thank you.
Jeffrey One Salt. Your name and date of birth, please.
12/25/1991.
And your name.
Jeffrey Paul, Chief, One Salt.
Okay. Sir, you've got the following charges. Criminal trespass to first degree, assault, the criminal trespass class 6, the assault, and the resisting arrest are class 1 misdemeanors. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court dates will be at 175 West Madison for a status conference on March 28th, and a witness preliminary hearing at this point scheduled for April 1st at 8:30, 175 West Madison. You cannot return to the scene of alleged crime. You cannot initiate contact with any alleged victim or victims. Likewise, I'm releasing you to pretrial services with their supervision. So make sure you read your packet, get in contact with pretrial services, make sure you do what you have to do with them. All right? Or else a warrant could issue. So you'll also be getting out within the next few hours once they process it. All right? Step to your left, please, sir. The Asha Andrews Underwood. All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Felicia Andrews Underwood, 11/28/97.
Did you get a case manager?
No.
Oh, okay. Then I'll have to change it, by the way. You are charged with a new case out of Superior Court, possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony, criminal trespass to first degree, class 6 felony. Appoint a lawyer for you. You will also be at 175 West Madison Street at 8:30 for a status conference on March 28th and a witness preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30. I'm going to release you to pretrial services. Same thing I've told these other folks. Make sure you read your packet and get in contact with them, because also you're going to have drug testing. So if you don't get to contact them, be in compliance with them, and do the drug testing, there'll be a warrant. All right? Remember, don't return to the scene of alleged crime. No, can't initiate contact with the alleged complainant or witnesses, and obviously no drugs. Okay. All right? Step to your... So you'll be getting out in a few hours. Oh. Rick Hope. This one I have to change also. Okay. All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Rick Anthony Hope Jr., 6/18/79.
You do have a case manager, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to put in here. Was it the Impact, the Patrick Junction Court?
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
And let me see what else we have here before I go into anything else. You may have a warrant out of Mesa City Court. Does he have a hold out of Mesa?
Yes.
All right, so you'll be seeing a judge tomorrow morning out of Mesa, okay? All right. In regard to this, you're charged with possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You'll also be at 175 West Madison Street for status conference on March 28th and a witness preliminary hearing on March 1st, both at 8:30. No drugs without a valid prescription. I want you to get in contact with your case manager within 24 hours release. That's why I ask, because case managers can help you, okay? In some respects, okay? And I'm also releasing you to pretrial services. Read your packet so you know how to contact them, because I'm requiring drug testing. You want to do all your things with pretrial services, including your drug testing, all right? So you'll be getting out within a few hours, all right? Step to your left, please. All right. Billy Steele. Actually, officer, I'm going to call several people at three at a time here, okay? If that's okay? Security reasons?
If that's what you need to do.
Okay. Yeah. Billy Steele, Adam Stombres, and Gerardo Osuna. Starting from my left, your name and date of birth.
Billy Steele, date of birth is 12/31/1973. Adam Sombres, August 18th, 1989.
Gerardo Osuna, September 26, 1991.
Either of you or any of you have any problems this being done all at the same time? You're all shaking your head no, so it's okay.
No problem.
The reason I'm saying this, you all are charged with the same thing, exceeding speed limit by more than 20 miles per hour. All right? I'll double check, but I think you have the same court date, because all in the same area. Let me just say something. I'm sure none of you had a good time being here at this place last hours, so you better show up for court. So I'm going to release all three of you. If, I'm not making any judgment on this, if these facts are true, slow down, it's dangerous. I'm talking about the alleged speeds, okay? That's I'm bringing people three at a time in regard to very dangerous on a highway. So without making judgment, I'm saying if as is true. So it'll be at the South Mountain Justice Court. In paperwork, it'll be, you'll have your address. Yeah, you have to be there on April 2nd at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, let me just double check. You're all in the same court date. April 2nd. Yeah, all right. You'll get your paperwork. Give the officer some time because he's got to make sure he gives it to the right people. All right? But you'll see each other again on April 2nd, I hope. All right? And drive there slowly. Okay? Step to your left. Okay. James Engel, Miguel Ortiz, and Noel Rodriguez. Okay, once again, my left to your right. Name and date of birth.
James Engel, May 7th, 1996.
Miguel Ortiz, 11/08/2004.
Your mother's last name is Salgado, right?
Oh, Salgado.
Okay, and sir, your name?
Noel Rodriguez, 22795.
Do any of you have any objection to me doing it at the same time? Do you have any problem me handling all three of you at the same time?
Oh, yeah, whatever.
It's okay?
Yeah.
All right, all three are fine. You also all have the same situation, driving speed over 20 miles per hour speed limit. Actually, the allegations are a whole lot more. Same situation. I assume, once again, you three didn't have a good time while you were here. You'd rather be somewhere else. So I suggest you all show up for court at the South Mountain Justice Court. The address will be there on April 2nd. Get to see each other again. And the other three gentlemen, be there. And I'm releasing you on their same own recognizance. So be smart and show up. And drive, as I said to them, drive slower to the court. Okay? Step to your left, please.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Barbara Ray. See, that speed thing for long. All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Barbara Ray, 11/15/83.
11/15/83?
Correct.
Okay, you're charged with aggravated assault. It says in my paperwork, aggravated assault on a prosecutor, but this what? Attempted. Oh, attempted, I'm sorry, thank you. Attempted aggravated assault. It says on a prosecutor, Class 6 felony, but the statute they've listed is actually aggravated assault on a first responder. Okay, one second. Okay. And I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Remember what I said before? I recommend people not talk about the facts of the case because it won't help you. Especially, it won't help you. All right? And you don't have a case manager, do you? Do you have a case manager?
I should.
You should?
Oh, not for this?
No, not for anything. Just your daily life.
I have counseling and stuff.
What do you say you have counseling? What do you mean? Do you see someone from time to
I'm
time?
bipolar.
Yeah, do you see someone for that? Not a doctor, but I'm sort of like a counselor. Okay, that's what I'm changing that for here also. I had a feeling about that, but I wasn't sure. Give me 1 second. Okay, so you contact your case manager within 24 hours of release. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Same thing, it won't hurt you to do that, you know what I mean? You were charged, so I told you what you're charged with. I appointed a lawyer for you. You'll also be at 175 West Madison Street on March 28th, and a witness for status conference, a witness preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30. All right, and don't lose your paperwork, so you don't forget when you have to be there, and don't return to the scene of alleged crime or initiate contact with alleged victim or victims. But I'm going to release no drugs without a valid prescription. Okay, if you have prescription, you can take a drug, obviously, but I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, so they'll process you. It'll take a few hours, but you'll be getting out. Okay, that's why I always recommend to people, I didn't want you to, you know, if you could have said something, you could have changed my mind if you said something, you know what I mean? So, all right.
So, can I ask a question?
But you'll be getting out.
I've never been here before. So I get released on my own?
I'm in trouble here. Yeah, you're getting out. They have to process you, but it takes a few hours. That's all, okay?
Are you gonna add a term?
Yeah, didn't I?
No. He's gonna update the paperwork.
Sometimes I do and it doesn't take.
I agree.
I know. I know. That's what I need to know in these things. Jonathan Reberry. Look, some say they're SMI or S, you know, the thing. I have to give peace manager. No. Other ones, they don't say it, it do, so I have to keep changing it. Okay. All right. Your name and date of birth.
Jonathan Reberry, 9/30/1983.
83?
9/30/1983.
Oh, they have you as 1989.
I don't know.
Okay. Actually, I'm just curious about something.
I can update that. The
Okay.
83.
Oh, it does?
Yes. I've updated it.
Okay, no problem. I didn't realize we could change that. Okay. Anyway, you got a warrant at a Westminster Justice Court for theft. Okay. I cannot appoint a lawyer for you. That court wanted a bond of $500, but I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. So you'll be getting out in a few hours. But make sure you show up at the West Mesa Justice Court. You'll see the address on your paperwork, April 1st at 8:30.
Well, I'm being held in Maricopa County currently.
Oh, that may change that. What do you? That's right. You had it page 2. What are you being held on?
Out of state. I have FOJ.
FOJ. Oh. Okay. Have you seen someone here about the FOJ yet?
I haven't signed extradition yet.
No, but when did you come to court for this, in this court, for FOJ?
I was in here last Thursday.
Thursday?
March 6th.
March 6th. People talk at the same time. March 6th. Okay. But you remember when the judge was talking to you about that, they said the 30 or the 90-day period doesn't start if you have any local charges pending.
Yeah, I know. I understand that, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make
I know I got to get it taken care of before, yeah. I got it.
So, sir, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set a bond of $25, security appearance bond, so there's a possibility you get credit for both.
Okay.
Possible.
Right.
No promises in regard to that. All right, so, I'll just make it a cash bond, okay? Doesn't really matter, right?
But it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get out.
Okay.
We just need to transport you to those court cases.
Okay, cool. Yeah. What day is it?
I'll give you that in a second.
All right.
It's going to change because I'm setting the bond.
Okay. I do have court.
1 second. I said I can't. When it comes to typing, I can't multitask. I just proved myself. And also, if I didn't set bond, they wouldn't transport you probably. Out of what state?
Kansas.
I saw you then, right?
Yeah, it was me and you.
That's right. When you said Kansas, I've only had one person getting an FOJ from Kansas. That's
me.
why. And that time, you weren't sure what you were gonna do at the time. You changed your mind, if I remember correctly.
Right.
All right, so it's just a $25 cash bond, because I mentioned you have the FOJ warrant out of Kansas. All right, it's funny, sometimes I remember charges rather than faces, because I see a lot of faces.
Yeah.
Okay, so your court date will be March 19th at 8:30.
Okay.
Because remember, things don't move until you take care of
Yeah, I
local
know.
charges. That'll be at the Westminster Justice Court, all right?
Gotcha.
All right, step to your left, please.
Yep.
Randall Paloy.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning. Your name and date of birth, please.
Name, Randall Paloy, date of birth, 12/30/1997.
Okay, so you are charged with theft, a class 5 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. I'm recommending you don't say anything. All I'm gonna say, I've read the brief facts I have. Seems interesting, facts, but, your court dates will be at 175 West Madison for a status conference, on March 28th, and a witness preliminary hearing on April 1st at 8:30. You cannot initiate contact with the alleged complainant or witness. I'm not saying do not return to the scene of the alleged crime, because that's where you live.
Yeah.
So I didn't put that in, okay?
Okay.
But, you cannot initiate contact with the alleged complainant or witnesses, okay? But I'm releasing you on your own recognizance, so you can get to go home in a few hours.
Thank you,
All right,
Judge.
step to your left, please.
Thank you.
Derek Tolles.
Hello, my name is Derek Tolles. I was born February 14th, 2007.
You're another one of the same group in the same area. Must've been a hell of an evening. Anyway, you're charged with exceeding the speed limit by more than 20 miles per hour, alleged at an extremely high level of speed on a freeway. Your next court date will be at South Mountain Justice Court. Your address will be on your paperwork for that court, April 2nd at 9 o'clock. You'll be released on your own recognizance, but be smart and see everyone, all the other 6 people there, all right?
All right.
But drive it at the speed limit to get there.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Gary Kaysen?
Hello.
Hi, your name and date of birth, please.
Gary Casons, February 26, 1991.
Okay, sir, since you're wearing orange now, I gotta ask a question. Are you being held on anything else?
I can't hear you. You asked me if I got...
I'm seeing you're wearing orange, so are you here on anything else?
No.
Okay.
I came in with no shirt on.
That's what happens, okay? But sometimes I don't know about another charge, and I'm told about it, so I now ask if someone's wearing an orange shirt, if they got something else holding them, okay?
Yeah, no, I just didn't have a shirt
That's
on.
fine.
They made me change my whole outfit.
All right, you got a warrant out of West McDowell Justice Court. Do you know where that is?
Yeah, I tried to go down there.
Okay, I don't want you to talk your way out of what I'm ruling, okay? Rather than enjoying the fine time at this hotel, go to court instead, okay? And the driving license suspended or revoked. I can't appoint a lawyer for you, but let's see here. You'll be there on March 25th at 1:30. They wanted a bond of $630. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. So you'll be getting out in a few hours, but make sure you show up there. The court date of March 25th at 1:30 is on your paperwork. Don't blow it, okay?
I can't hear,
Oh, your court date is March 25th at 1:30 at the West McDowell Justice Court. Don't
March
blow
25th?
it. Yeah, it'll be on your paperwork. Don't blow it and show up so you don't have to come back here. Okay? All right, step to your left. Chantry Chadwick? Right, your name and date of birth, please.
Chantry Chadwick, 12/23/90.
You're probably wondering why you were called last, because we do fugitive justice cases last.
Oh, okay.
That's, I wasn't singling you out. Okay, because it's a lot more involved, because I have to ask a whole bunch of questions, okay?
Okay.
I think if I remember correctly, it's Texas.
Yes.
Yeah, Texas, okay. All right. And because I'll be doing a lot of talking and asking you a bunch of questions, all right?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Give me your name and date of birth, first of all.
Chantry Chadwick, 12/23/90.
Okay. A warrant for your arrest has been issued by the state of Texas, all right? That state wants you back on this warrant, all right? Now, before court, were you given a laminated sheet to read?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
Okay. That's a yes? That was a yes? Okay.
Sorry.
No problem. As I stated, you have the warrant from the state of Texas. You have a choice to make it this time, so if you're not sure what you can do, what you want to do, I can just set it over for another court date. You'll see someone else at a later court date, all right? You can choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing and be sent back to Texas within 30 days, or you can demand an extradition hearing and a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both Arizona and Texas before you're sent back to the state of Texas. If you decide to waive your right to an extradition hearing, you'd be held without bond in Maricopa County Jail for a period of up to 30 days to allow time for Texas to come for you. That 30 days would start tomorrow as long as you don't have any charges in the state of Arizona, all right? If you do have criminal charges pending against you in Arizona, the 30-day period would not start until those charges are resolved, okay? If you decide to have an extradition hearing, I will set your hearing, a hearing for you on March 24th at 1:30 at 201 West Jefferson in front of a different judge. All right, doesn't mean that's the extradition hearing, but it'll be a next court date. I cannot appoint a lawyer to represent you because extradition matters are considered civil in nature, but you would have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense if you decide to do so. You're not entitled, you'd be not entitled to bail because the arrest warrant apparently is for a parole violation. Okay, a governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states is required to extradite you to Texas, and that can take up to 90 days. Okay, do you know what you'd like to do?
I'll wait.
You wait, okay. Now I have to ask you a bunch of questions. Okay, that's why I say, that's why we do it last, okay? I understand this time you do want to sign the waiver of extradition. I need to ask you some questions as I'm making a record of the proceedings. Have you read the waiver of extradition paperwork?
Yes.
Okay, let me just... Some of these conditions, I'm going to say, contact your parole officer within 24 hours of release, but you won't since it's being held bond. But anyway, do you understand you do not have to sign the paperwork?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Do you understand you have the right to have an extradition hearing?
Yes.
If you want to, okay.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
So if I'm not sure, I can have like another court date?
Yeah, if you're not sure.
Okay, can I just do that? I'm sorry. Okay. I don't really know what I'm doing.
Don't apologize for exercising your right, so let me just change this. Okay, so let me do it at this point. You can always change your mind in the future, okay? But now I have to ask you different questions, all right? I understand you do not want to sign the paperwork this time, so you will be held without bond. Because it's a parole matter, okay? You'll have a hearing before the extradition court on March 24th at 1:30 p.m., and that'll be at 201 West Jefferson. You'll have a hearing on that date where the court will go through these options again, all right? All right, you understand that?
Yes.
So that's it, all right.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Okay. And I just have to ask you a couple questions. It looks like we have a couple of house calls. see, Damian Mondragon. He's being held, he's in, what's his situation?
I don't have the court date on here.
On who, on Mondragon?
Oh, he had to be locked down because he brought drugs into the facility.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
He brought drugs into the facility.
Okay, so you're keeping him, all right. I'll accept that. He's charged with the following things. So he faces some other potential charges then. Okay. Exceeding speed limit by more than 20 miles per hour, carrying a deadly weapon, failing to admit. That first one's class 3, then it's class 1. Possession of weapon by a prohibited person, a class 4 felony. Possession of a deadly or defaced weapon, a class 6 felony. Appointing a lawyer for him. His court date will be at 175 West Madison on March 20th at 8:30. And at this point, a witness preliminary hearing is set on March 24th at 8:30. No weapons. And bond is set in the amount of a security appearance bond, $5,000. Antonio Garcia.
Nazwa,
He was an isolated danger to himself. He's NASW?
danger to others.
Oh, because in the pretrial service said he's danger to himself.
Okay.
So what, maybe it's both, but either way.
Yeah.
I just know he's a suicide watcher.
Okay, so he is on NASW, okay. All right. He's charged with possession, he's got a bench warrant at Superior Court, possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony, possession and shoplifting, class 1 misdemeanor. He already has a lawyer. He will have his status conference at March 20th at 8:30 and a witness preliminary hearing on March 24th, both at 8:30 in the morning. And another judge said bond amount of $500. He cannot return to any alleged crime or initiate contact with any alleged complainants. Okay.
Your Honor, we need to amend the FOJ.
I did.
The release order on there.